Hello, everyone, and welcome to SystemMagic Twitch stream. As always, I'm your host Andrew, and because Greg is gone, he's fled the stream in fear. Azax and I are once again taking command of the helm here. Just two
Okay,
Pro Tour champions casually streaming some nice Storm.
yeah. So we're not doing the bit where we pretend we draft Pioneer Masters.
I decided
I
that
thought we were
because
doing
I'd
that.
say the stream title is kind of going to spoil it is the issue.
Yeah,
also,
that's understandable.
also Azax.
I had a long bit prepared.
Also, Azax, would you like to explain why you have an umbrella?
Well, I have an umbrella because there's a storm coming.
Nice. Yeah, so we're
I
gonna
thought that would be self-evident.
Yeah, I also hope you appreciate that I've listed the stream title as two Pro Tour champions, which I think is nice.
Yeah, that's nice. I appreciate regular guest as opposed to like irregular or abnormal guest or
No.
other adjectives that could precede me.
I think it's a pretty straightforward clarification. I mean, you see, there are special guests and there are regular guests, and you're a regular guest.
No, Sam, I had this whole spiel prepared. It's like, oh man, Greg's gone, but in his memory, we're gonna draft some Pioneer Masters. I've actually been drafting a lot of Pioneer Masters. I'm something of a Pioneer Master myself. I'm like the top 3 win rate on 17 lands for this draft format. Uh, Obviously, I haven't, Sam. I don't have Arena. I don't know my Arena password. Not everyone else knows that, though.
Man, sorry, I just realized it wasn't really gonna work because I have to list the stream title.
Yeah.
But
Well, yeah, of course it's gone from Arena. That's why we were going to be like, oh, I guess we just have to play Storm.
we have no choice, yeah. Anyways, so today we're playing some Storm. Azax, why are we playing some Storm?
Well, this deck is broken. Something tier 0 or 1 through metas with Hogak, Nadu. Only avoids being banned by being hard to play.
Yeah, I agree with Amulet Meme. So this is the current Storm list, and by the current one I mean I forced Azax to change a card against his will before we started, but it's mostly the current one.
You sure did.
Azax wants this to be a gemstone, but I don't think this. I don't like the gemstone.
Yeah. Do you have like a different art of Valakut Awakening? I'm aware that this might be an impossible request.
I think I can use a foil one.
Yeah, I don't want to play a foil one. That's a fate worse than death.
Okay, well then I can't help you.
Yeah, we'll just play 2 normal ones. It's fine. And then
Um,
every time the Valakut would be better as a gemstone, I can dagger you, and every time it's better as a Valakut, I can be like, well, that's the normal one.
okay, well it's because I just haven't enjoyed the gemstone mine lately. I mean, I kind of never enjoyed the gemstone mine. The problem with the gemstone mine is gemstone mine is extremely bad to put into play in this deck because you often just don't want to exile a card. Is the issue?
Yeah. So the flip side of that is that the colorless land is just not a super high cost.
Well,
I agree
yes.
with you that like you frequently don't put it into play, and it's slightly embarrassing, but it's fine. It's just your first colorless land. It's not that bad.
Right. So, Azax, would you like to explain the matchup spread of Storm and why it's so incredibly broken?
Okay, so here's what you have to understand if you're considering playing Storm. One bad matchup is Blue Black Frog, a deck that I think we have a healthy amount of disrespect for because it doesn't beat energy and it like basically only beats Storm. Hashtag not biased. And it's also you don't lose that much to them. I'm not sure if like maybe in open deck lists my opponents will like be able to mulligan better, but like I don't know how closed are the deck lists on Magic Online really? I'm a known Storm one trick. So
Yes.
just like bottom line, I don't lose that much to Frog. You lose a decent amount to Belcher, but you, I think, have a healthy disrespect for Belcher. And other than those 2 decks, I think you just cleanly beat everything else.
Well,
So that's why I like playing Storm.
yeah. I mean, I do sort of agree. Uh, I mean,
Nice.
what I would also add, and I think this is a pretty significant fact of the deck, is right now people are really focused on breach, and so people are like loading up their sideboard with anti-breach hate cards, and only about half of the anti-breach hate cards affect Storm, which is actually not that many. Like you'll see
You're
these.
saying they're loading up on like artifact hate or
Well, right. So, like, you'll see
what
these
mode?
Boros sideboards where they're like, two chant, one, like this is a recent raw stuff that I looked at. It had like two chant, one Dranith, three Stonies, right?
Sure, yeah. Stony, I mean, we're named after an artifact, Andrew. You got to respect Stony and Storm.
Right. Well, I mean, it's just like, okay, so they have 6 hate cards for Breach, only 3 of which affect Storm. Now, I do think it is true that in general, hate cards that affect Storm affect it more than hate cards that affect Breach. Because in Breach, you can still cast your cantrips once you're under hate card, whereas Storm you mostly can't. But having half as many hate cards nothing to sneeze at, and just being faster than those decks to start with is also very relevant. Like, this is the best game 1 deck in the format. This deck turn 3 is very reliable in game 1. So I don't know. I think the argument for Storm is pretty real, actually. Like, I'm pretty seriously considering it for the RC. It's one of I'm only considering 3 decks, and it's one of them.
Yeah. Well, wait. You're only considering 3 decks. One of them is still Black White Sewer, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm only considering Breach, Sewer, and Storm, really, at this point in time.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get you down to 2 soon enough, I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay. So you really don't have a lot of faith in this stream. That is what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, famously. So I'm gonna leak the internals a little bit. That we had this long protracted meeting. It came to blows. We were all. It almost destroyed the entire team about the number in the spreadsheet for how often Storm beats Energy. And we're like, yeah. Sorry, I don't know what's happening, but I've lost my mojo. I can't beat Energy anymore. I think it's like a 20% matchup for Storm, and so I took my gloves off. I went into the internal testing ring, and I cleanly won 4 matches in a row against an Energy player who won't be named and might be Greg.
Yeah.
And I think I restored your faith in the deck.
I like won't be named and might be Greg. Certainly is not Greg.
Yeah, you gotta balance your range when you decline to name someone.
I do really appreciate that just like Greg is both like on a flight to Tokyo and also never tests anyway and also isn't going to the RC, so it can't be Greg for many reasons, but you just went with might be Greg regardless of that. Yeah, he's a regular guest, Armath. I don't want there to be any confusion. Like, you might think he's a special guest, but he's not. He's a regular guest.
Of course.
But yes. So, anyways, I think that's a pretty good summary. I do think Storm might be better against Energy than Breaches, and if so, I think that's pretty important. I'm less sure how it is in the combo pseudo mirror. The combo pseudo mirror is complicated.
Oh yeah, I mean, my guess for the like Breach pseudo mirror is that you're like a 52% deck. It's
yeah. I'm not that sure of that, but I think it might be true. Like, what I would say is it's definitely true that Storm is ahead of Breach in game 1s. The sideboard situation is more complicated and may depend on what you think the typical Breach sideboard looks like. Definitely, like, you wouldn't want to play Storm into Breach if Breach wanted to beat Storm, but I'm not sure they want that right now. So it might be okay.
Yeah, I agree with that assessment.
But yeah, in general, if you're playing Storm, like, let me be completely level with you. If you were playing Storm in a tournament, you are essentially doing it because you think that the other combo decks will be more respected than yours will. But that might be right. He's just preparing for the Storm, Ninja Catfish. So, you know.
Well, I'm preparing for the Storm, but it is also raining in my house. Also, there was a question from Himez. Is there a non-obvious reason only Azax has results with Storm on MTGO? I can answer that pretty easily. I'm every Storm player, and when I'm not playing on my own account, I just make sure to throw on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, I
do.
do.
Serious answer, I don't actually know.
I think it is actually true that almost no one plays Dormodo. Like, I think this weird thing happened where, okay, there was like PT Nadu, right? Everyone was like, the obvious best decks are like Nadu and Storm, and then it turned out that Nadu was just better, and everyone loaded up on all the Storm hate, and then everyone stopped playing it after that because Nadu was too broken. And then Nadu got banned, and then no one was, and no point was anyone was like, hey, should we like go back to playing Storm? Like, that never really happened. Like, just no one played Storm for just like months and months and months after that, and I'm not sure it actually made sense. But it is what occurs. Yeah,
I mean, I think someone like top 9'd the super qualifier yesterday with Storm, but it's not like, you do not see this deck left and right. I don't like play a lot of mirrors when I'm playing challenges or whatever, which is nice because our list is horrible in the mirror.
Oh yeah, we are totally unprepared for the mirror, but it's fine because mirror doesn't exist. So
yeah,
I'm not that worried about it. But yeah, also Azax does have like 80 bajillion trophies with the Storm deck as well. You should know he has a lot of
I think
results.
it's like 15. It's too many, but you gotta have something to do when you're like playing a challenge and you won your round in 15 minutes because you're playing Storm and you got paired against Energy, which you beat 100% of the time.
Mhm,
So then you
yes.
just like fire up a Storm League in the middle of your challenge, and then you also trophy the Storm League.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, right. Also, I want to talk about this a little. So Azax is a big advocate of the artist's talent. Oops, sorry. Uh, yeah, of the artist's talent in the Storm deck, and I'm still not that sure that if they're good, but it's very hard to assess. What I'd say about this card is
Yes.
it's very high variance. When it's bad, it's the worst obvious. It's the worst card of all time, but it also is kind of sometimes the best card of all time, which makes it hard to assess. Like it's
I agree with your assessment. So students of the stream might remember watching us play Artist Talent in Phoenix, and it's obviously incredibly broken there. The issue here is that you cast Treasure Cruise in Phoenix, which moves 3 cards from the top of your library into your hand. And in this deck, you cast Ren's Resolve, which moves 2 cards from the top of your library into your exile zone. And that's actually a big difference. So it's not like you draw your entire deck when you cast Artist Talent. It's like you draw 5 cards, and then you get Hellbent.
yeah, I do
Because
agree
you're
with
like,
that.
you just put a land, and then you drew a Ren's Resolve, and you cast a Ren's Resolve, and the Ren's Resolve is just gone now. It's 2 cards in exile.
Okay, so the Wrath of Skies thing was sort of a I don't need to call it. It was an experiment. I saw Wrath of Skies on our sister stream over there at Joint Exploration, and I thought it seemed kind of interesting and maybe good. So I forced Azax to try it for a while, but eventually he decided it was bad.
Yeah, it's sort of interesting, but it's just not that compelling to me. I think the end is probably better.
Oh my god, Ninja Catfish. The Adjunct Frisher quote is really goated. But anyways, so yeah, but yeah, we were trying the Mathis guys. We also Azax was also on Pyroclasm for a while. I'm pretty convinced Brotherhood's End is actually the best sweeper for energy. I really, really, really think it's important that your sweeper kills Dranith Magistrate. I think it's like very important. Um,
Yeah, I can believe that at this time.
I also
Have you
think
considered that a fully leveled Artist Talent combined with a Pyroclasm kills Granite Magistrate?
I have not considered that, nor will I consider. I've actually yet to level Artist Talent. I've been playing the deck
Oh,
some. I've used Artist Talent a fair amount. I've yet to level it.
I do this all the time. Like a patented Azax play is you're dying to a Dranith Magistrate, and you've got like a ritual and a divination and a Ral, and you're like, all right, I gotta like win one of my next 2 flips and then level up the Artist Talent all the way, so that when I -2 this Dranith Magistrate, it just dies.
That's nice. But yeah. Anyways, I think that's about all our storm-related notes. Do you think we're out of storm-related notes?
Yeah, I think we should get into the games.
All right, so we'll get into the games. Also, Azax has promised me that if we 5-0 this league, then he'll subscribe to SystemMagic Patreon for our storm tips. So keep that in mind.
Oh my god. Can I write the storm tips?
Yeah, of course you can write the storm tips.
Nice. I like the idea that I can't remember what I've written down. I was like, how do I know let me just subscribe to the Patreon and see what the answer is.
I just like to add a little extra, stakes to the league. So
Yeah, of course. That's a very reasonable stake to add to the lead.
yeah. Also, if we go 2-3, then I'm eliminating storm consideration for the RC. Not really, but also somewhat really. So
Okay, but if we go 1-4, then you won't.
yeah, 1-4 is fine. Then I might like how the game's played out if we went 1-4.
I might have to sabotage you then if it looks like we're headed for a 2-3. Like if it's 1-2, I think in match 3 I'm gonna start sabotaging.
Okay, well our opponent was last seen playing Temur Splinter Twin. How do you think that matchup is?
Oh yeah, that's a well-known modern archetype.
Okay.
It was from 2 weeks ago.
So do you think this hand is good? It's not obviously horrible.
Sorry, I was too busy looking at their deck list. Okay, that's a Sacred Foundry.
Yeah, so, okay, I guess let's talk about one-landers a little bit for the chat. So,
Yeah.
our general rule, I think, with one-landers is in order to keep one-landers, your hand has to kill them on turn 2. So if your hand is going to have to wait till turn 3 to kill them,
Basically, yeah.
you basically can't keep 1-landers on 7. Now, this hand does kill them on turn 2 with a land. So if this Sacred Foundry were surveillant, I'm actually pretty confident this is supposed to be a keep. But as a Sacred Foundry, I don't know too. Wait, Mitchkevich, I don't know how to handle that resolution. What do you want me to do? It's too easy for me to say something mean. Just let me know.
Oh wow, yeah, this is a difficult resolution.
Yeah, I don't know how to handle it, but I'm open to handling it however you'd like.
So you are 50% to play to have a land in your first 2 looks. It's probably like a little better than that because we don't have a fetch to thin, and I'm usually thinking about this in the context of a fetch land on the play where you thin. So it's like 50-55. Man.
I mean, this one might be too bad with the Sacred Foundry. I don't know.
Yeah, so...
It is very likely to kill, though, on 2.
Yeah. I think we should mulligan, but it's very close.
Yeah.
So there are 20 lands in the deck. 5 of them come into play tapped.
Well,
if yes. On my list, there will only be 4. But because Andrew built it, and he's a little simple, there's 5.
Well, okay, the reason I like Developed Awakening is mostly that I like that it's a cantrip that works under Draenith. That's the number one thing I like.
Yeah, I like that. I like that it's a cantrip that works under Draenith. I like that it's, like, you often end up diluting your deck kind of a lot in sideboarding, and it's nice to have extra gas, hidden in the mana base.
Yes. I think it's mostly good in the post-board games. Like, I think it's actively bad having game 1, but I think it might still be worth it. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can text Greg and ask him to say something mean, but you have to understand he's literally on a flight to Tokyo right now, I believe. So, that doesn't totally solve the problem, but I can do it. But if you want a very delayed response, here, I will text Greg for the fans, and ask him to say something mean. But you can't expect a response in a timely manner. Okay, sounds like we're on the same page, Miniature Catfish. Anyways, yes. Oh, I understand we're 9 of 16 to not have 2 mana. Oh my god.
Yeah, but it's also, like, hitting the tap land on turn 2 is kind of fun.
Wow, this is a great Flat Eric.
I would follow my heart. I saw Flat Eric send a message and I knew it would be a banger. Wow, a little more cute than normal, but also maybe a little less cute. That's awkward.
Yeah, I think we have considered shifting versions of me to have less or more beard, mostly less, and mostly to MSJ. But anyways, so I'm glad you asked. Today's candle is this Joe Malone green tomato leaf candle. It does not have any notes, and what you should know about it is it's not that hot. Okay, I think we should mull.
Yeah, okay, I'm down to mulligan.
Okay, the same hand but on 6 and also worse, huh?
Wow, I love the same hand but on 6 and also worse. Also, don't diss Elegant Pargo like that. This is an easy keep.
Yeah, I think this is
an easy bottom one of the 2 cards in our hand with no text.
I mean, what you should know about the 6 of 19 thing is, like, you have to understand that when you keep these hands that kill on turn 2, it is possible to miss once, then win. That is, like, a pretty important fact about the hands.
Yes. Have I ever owned a candle? Probably not, no. I can't imagine ever, I don't remember using a candle at any point.
Okay.
I think we're live to be Temur Splinter Twin based on the 3 cards I've seen.
Well, it could also just be Temur Breach.
No, it's Temur Splinter Twin.
I mean, Temur Breach just has a lot of... Wow, we drew a land. Okay.
Wow, we should have kept the other one.
Do you think I should top Reckless Impulse? It seems like maybe no, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's sort of replacement level.
I think bin.
Yeah, I think bin.
I just think our hand is, like, more mana gated than it is gas gated, although obviously it's complicated.
Yeah, so I am Jewish, but, like, it's the women who light the Shabbat candles. That's not my job. So I don't have...
Oh my God.
I mean, I guess I could have, like, Hanukkah candles. But that's, like, a fake holiday anyway.
Okay, it does look like you might be playing against Twin.
Yeah.
Do you think I should play
I
Ral?
certainly never hold. Yeah, I would just slam a Ral. We have two of him.
Yeah.
It's like having two Gregs.
Candles are for the girls, gays, and theys, and we love them. All right, I guess that plays.
Yeah, that's. I can't dispute that. Also, I'm gonna go get my laptop charger because I forgot.
Okay,
And
that's
I'm sure
fine.
you can hold the fort while I'm gone.
I might punt horribly to avoid registering Storm while you're gone, but you know it's a risk you'll have to take. Wait, Sam's wife. Flaneric, I think we can give you a nice VIP after all the copy pastas you've done. That seems reasonable. I really appreciate the quality of the copy pastas. Boom. All set. It's done.
All right, I'm back, and I've got my umbrella, which is very important.
I don't think our opponent's playing Breach. I think they're playing Tarmogoyf. Like they're playing like.
Isn't Tarmo twin? Well, in linguistics they would call it like a. Isn't that like a collection of two words that go together?
Okay.
I'm not going to say a French-sounding word.
Wait, so I'm gonna play Ruby Medallion, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, I have to get my dog. So you can't really take the wheel. So Azax, just take command of the stream. Be entertaining while I get my dog.
Oh sure, I'll take the wheel metaphorically.
Yeah, take the wheel metaphorically.
Okay, so Tybor, you're saying it's your mind worm that I live in a world with Ari Zax. Can you imagine how much it is my own brainworm that I live in a world with Ari Zax? Like, come on. It's like it's everything to me. Wow, they hit a divination. That's brutal. I can't really see. Yeah, it's like under my face or something. I guess chat can't see it either. Really brutal. It could be anything.
Okay.
Wow. Thanks, Sam Black, for getting your Shabbat candles ready.
So I guess we should try to kill our opponent, huh? Thoughts?
Yeah. Okay, so miniature catfish. I got congratulated recently. Like, congrats on top 8ing the modern winning on the modern challenge and top 8ing Eternal Weekend. And I can tell you that I did exactly one of those things.
Nice. So
it's nice. Only one, Pick Norton. Yeah. Can we start on Manamorphose on the grounds that there's almost no reason not to?
Well, they have Fawn revealed.
Ooh, they have Fawn revealed?
Okay,
I can't see that because it's under me.
Sorry. This card is Fawn.
Okay. You can pitch cast Fawn from exile, I assume?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have to be a little worried about Fawn. You know?
Yeah. That's fair. Can we cast Manamorphose?
Well, yeah, I guess you're saying Manamorphose is also our bait spell? Maybe it just is.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I just wanted to bring up the Fawn, situation.
So, it's not that easy to avoid confusing me with Ari Zax, because it's just like, there's just so many people on Earth, and it's not that difficult to do it, and, eventually, 10 of them confuse us for each other every day.
Can you pitch cast from exile? I think the answer is just yes.
Yes, it appears to me from a reading of the card that you can.
Okay, so I guess I should cast one of these Reckless Impulses now?
That seems fine.
Maybe I should cast Ritual now, actually.
Yeah, so I was thinking, one line we have available to us is Ral Piff. It forces the Force of Negation, and we want to... It would be nice to cast the Ral while we have an instant in hand in case they have a bolt, so that we can try to save it in response.
Ral Piff is interesting. We could Ral Piff. Why don't you want to cast Ritual first? Because you think they'll counter the Ritual is the issue?
Oh, I want to save the Ritual to save Ral
Yeah.
from a removal spell.
Okay,
You
maybe
could
Route Pip is
also
nice.
cast an impulse first on the grounds that we haven't hit a land drop yet, so it's close to free to cast an impulse.
I think Route Pip sounds really good, actually. I think we should do that. That's a really nice
Yeah,
line.
I'm down for this.
Well, basically, if the Pip resolves, then we just win immediately. I don't think it is weak to Fawn.
Oh
Like,
wait. Well,
oh wait,
yeah. Sam's right.
oh wait.
Um,
If they let the Pip resolve a counter ritual, we lose. Oh wait, that's true. Okay, wait, we can't do
yeah.
this.
Okay. So yes,
Hmm.
change of plans.
Okay, wait. True story, Mr. Catfish. So there is a group of people who have the same last name as me with a second L, like ELLENBOGEN is a last name that exists. So you can find those people if you want. I don't know if there's an Andrew other spelling about it, but they have no relation to my family. Um,
I think I want to cast a divination on the grounds that it's almost free because we haven't hit a land drop.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, this is a bit of an oopsie from casting the Ral for no reason, but it'll probably be fine.
Azax baited me. He's already starting a sabotage because he believes we'll 2-3 and he needs to get it down to a 1-4.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
They are considering countering it, it seems like. Or they just, while we were taking so long.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Also, it wasn't super likely that they were going to counter the Piff because they don't know that we don't have a land drop.
Well,
But we did secretly not have a land drop.
okay, now let's cast Ritual.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I like playing land first because I don't want them to counter the Ritual, is the idea.
Yeah.
So this is a flip by 1. I still don't want to transform yet, right? Yeah.
Well, it's Ral count is only 4. We've cast Ral.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I could transform it to like lock in the cost reduction, but I don't think I want to do that.
Nah, I don't want to do that.
I mean, I will say if they fawn this, it might be fine. Also, Scipio is like kind of annoyed.
Sorry, Scipio. Wow, Deceiver Exarch.
All right, let's cast Divination.
Agreed.
Hydrate, got you covered.
Well, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we could have gone Wish, Grape Shot at them. I'm not sure it was good.
That does not sound good to me, but I don't know.
Or by them, I mean the things they control. But yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, well, now we have some problems.
Okay.
We should consider winning our last coin flip.
Yeah, I would like to win our last coin flip here. I don't know how big their Tarmogoyf is, but I assume it's sizable.
I mean, we're not like Dobbs if we lose it, but
yeah,
it's not what I would describe as a great spot.
Sure.
Okay, we won the flip.
Nice. Love to win the flip here.
So, I mean, this is presumably lethal. I love presumably lethal.
You need to hit anything that produces mana, basically.
The unholy heat.
Oh, yikes.
That means we're pretty dead, actually.
Interesting.
So, I guess I kill the Rog.
Hold on. Yeah, kill the Ragavan for sure. What would you say that we hit off that divination?
2 rituals. It's very good.
Oh, nice. Well, I was wondering why they didn't just unholy heat our front face Ral, but in fact they did not have the thing. That explains it.
Yeah, they didn't have delirium. Is a good reason. Most of the types are good. I mean, we're not dead to this Goyf. This Goyf only hits for 4. I mean, they can kill the Ral, but that's fine.
Do you think they have Temur Battle Rage in their Tarmo Twin deck?
I don't think so.
Me either.
Also, Carl, what do you think of Scipio? That's a really important question. I'm only here to ask the hard-hitting questions. Scipio is the name of my dog. See, I'm only asking you the most hard-hitting of questions.
Okay, so you're old. Perhaps you can explain to me, what is the appeal of putting Tarmogoyf and Splinter Twin in the same deck?
Well, okay, you have to understand the concept of distraction.
Okay, I think I understand.
So, yeah, Dog's the best ghost streamer. Nice. Yeah, so basically, you play the Tarmogoyf, and then they have to kill it. And that's one kill spell they can't spend on the twin.
It's like 2013, so they didn't register Fatal Push.
Well, yeah, but you promise I
So, like, what's the overlap?
Like, it's just...
like the Exile?
It's Flage and Storm, so we have to understand.
Yeah.
It's the same card in all regards as Flage and Storm. Like, you might be like, Flage is bad...
There's a nice distraction. What if you have an Ari Zax, but you present someone in Ari Zax instead?
Yeah, that is a nice distraction. Okay, while our opponent's thinking, I'm going to put Scipio back upstairs. Because what you know about Scipio is he's got places to go. He's a busy dog. And so he doesn't like to stay very long. So he wants to go back upstairs.
I'm also going to go put Scipio upstairs.
Classic.
Yeah. Weird. I got back sooner. All right, Sam. Thank you for the explanation. It makes some sense.
All right. So, anything horrible happened to us? No, nothing's happening.
No. Well, Sam posted a like reasonably intelligent message in chat, so that was kind of horrible. Good question, Jaybirds. The answer is nowhere.
Yeah, it's pretty much just for energy, but that's okay.
It's generically for the grindy matchups. Oh wow, we're at 3. That's not a good life total.
Oh, I mean, it doesn't really matter. If they have Bolt, obviously we'll die, but if they don't, we'll win. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't want to be... I would have rather been at 4.
Okay, let's cast some rituals.
It appears not to be a problem. Yeah, let's cast some rituals.
I think we're going to just win, right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that seems likely.
Yeah, basically, the Flage used to be for more mashups, but the problem is that it's bad against specifically Frog, even though it's good against decks of Frog's type. Yeah,
it's good in the grindy matchups, but the Frog creatures just go too far over it.
So I guess I want to cast Piff now, right?
Yeah, this is a classic Ravenous Trap situation, if you'll allow me to indulge.
Yeah, I'll allow you to indulge.
So the issue against Yogg is that... Black-White, yes, I boarded it against Black-White. That's nominally a real deck. Yogg, it just doesn't really do anything, is sort of the problem. It doesn't even kill their hate piece, because their hate piece is Soulless Jailer. They're boarding in Endurances. It doesn't really, it's not good against, Grist, although they probably trim that. It doesn't, it loses heads up to the combo, so it's not very good against Yogg.
Okay, our Piff resolved.
Nice.
So I guess I'm going to kill our opponent now.
Yeah, okay. So when I'm talking about a Ravenous Trap situation, the idea is that sometimes when if you cast Piff and it resolves and they don't Endurance you. Endurance is the card people actually play, not Ravenous Trap. But there are times where if you just cast the Piff and it works, then you win. And in those cases, you should generally cast Piff relatively quickly. Because the worst thing you can do is just you cast all of your other spells first, and then they endurance you or whatever, and then you have nothing. Whereas if you just cast the Piff early when it's game winning anyway, and they have something, then you can rebuild.
Can you beat Double Fluster? I think we can beat Double Fluster pretty easily.
Well, yeah, you have infinite Piffs, so you can't beat 4 Fluster Storms.
Well, we'll just cast Wish for Grave Shot, and then we'll just continue to do that, right? Also, we can have a bunch of mana floating when we do it if we're worried about physically Flush Storm.
Yeah, also, we can level up our talents if we're really afraid.
Basically, I think the answer is just yes to your question.
The thing you can't beat is 2 Force of Negations in game 1.
That you cannot beat.
Because they can just force your wishes.
But they have to, they need X-Line counters, basically. Anyways, this is pretty peaceful, but I'm just going to cast some more spells.
Yeah, I keep casting spells. I can't believe you discarded the Artist Talent. I would never have done that.
What? I don't want the Artist Talent in my hand.
It's extremely important for our backup plan of leveling up both our artist talents and then killing them with rail pings, in case a lot of things go wrong.
I mean, are we just gonna die to the Tarmogoyf in the world you're describing, or?
No. We're gonna block it with 0/1 spawns.
Ah, okay, sorry. I missed the part where we block it with 0/1 spawns.
Yeah, it's a very elementary thing. I can't really understand how you missed it.
Yeah, definitely a personal feeling on my part. Oh, I guess we hit some more biz in the exile zone as well. Okay, I'll cast some of the exile biz. By the way, one thing that's important is to not cast Ral here.
Yeah, well, sometimes you can do it to BM, but that's an advanced technique.
I will not be doing it to BM.
Like a nice thing, like, so they have 13 life. Imagine the storm count is 12, and you could just cast a Grape Shot for 13, and imagine you were at 1 life. Instead, you can cast Ral first, and then cast Grape Shot with 13 copies and the one original, and then you stack the triggers such that the Ral flip resolves after the die.
Okay, cool. Killed them pretty easily. Also, thanks for the subscription, Rock Bear BD. Quite the name. Okay, so how do you want to board against Twin? Did you look at their list? What do they have in their sideboard?
I didn't. Oh, I do nominally have the tab open. I guess I could look at it.
Well,
We've got a surgical, so we should board in a Grape Shot.
Mm-hmm.
They've got 3 consigned to memory, but like not a ton else. But their main deck is just very counter heavy.
Okay,
so it sounds like a 3 Veil, 1 Grape Shot, probably Flage is too bad kind of situation.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I want to trim 2. Oh wait, so they don't have that much. This I'm not sure this is a good matchup for artist talent. Is a question I have.
Yeah, they have a decent amount of counter magic. They have 2 Spell Snare, 1 Spell Pierce.
Okay.
It might be a talent matchup.
So then in that case, I want to cut 2 Divinations and 2 Rituals if we're leading talent.
Yeah, that's probably acceptable.
Do you want to cut 3 Divinations?
I want to cut a 3rd Divination and only cut 1 Ritual.
Yeah, that's fine.
Also, we could board in Wear Tear for
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I miscounted something, right? Yeah, I miscounted something. But it's fine.
We boarded in 4 cards. You cut a Wish. So you should cut 3 things.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. We're cutting 3 things. Yeah, okay.
So we can have 3 rituals and still have... This seems good. I don't want to board in Answers to Twin. I don't care. I don't respect it.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to respect it. Oh, happy affiliate anniversary, Andrew.
Wow. Love a nice happy affiliate anniversary. Okay, I want to mulligan this hand. This seems pretty easy. This one.
Yeah.
Another thing about these one-landers is they're way better if they have Ral instead of Ruby Medallion. It's like a pretty big difference. This one I want to sneak off.
Yes.
Tuck.
Yeah, this hand's nice.
Valakut.
Yeah, I like tucking Valakut because then it'll be in our deck for later.
Okay, that is not an important fact, but nonetheless.
Well, it's somewhat important. We're going to play it as a land, so we might as well play a Surveil hand.
I would say it's a fact of unimportance type.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk you through some reasoning. I think it's very important that you listen to me.
Okay, I'm listening.
So something that happens sometimes is you cast Realms Resolve on turn 2 and you flip a Wish, and we have no zeros to go get in the sideboard.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing that happens is that you play Valakut Awakening as a land, and then you don't have access to it. So a way to synthesize, one solution to both these problems is you just play a Zur in order in your sideboard.
That's nice.
Yeah.
No one is ready for the Wish for Zur Orb. It's a really powerful line.
I like the idea of it saving you from Ral. I dislike that you have to save yourself from Ral preemptively.
Yeah.
You can't lose the last coin flip and be like, oh no, I'm sacking a land, I swear.
Okay.
I would have gotten the green one, given that we boarded in green cards.
Oh, I should have done that. You're right. But should I top this or bin it? It seems kind of close.
I think you should top it. It's gonna eat a piece of interaction.
Yeah, I guess you're saying there's counter the first round guaranteed. Yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah, I think that's pretty likely.
But see, this will punish me for my poor play because I fetched the wrong land. So
true. That's just an upside for me. Do you think we're gonna get turn 3 twinned?
If they twin us, they twin us.
Yeah, it also just doesn't work. But for instance, you could imagine Deceiver Exarch use their treasure, untap, play third land, attack, connect with Ragavan, and then post-combat twin.
Yeah, and then we die, I assume. I mean, their deck is named Splinter Twin. When they assemble it, they die. Oh, wow, thanks for the raid house. We are also playing Modern. With a deck that is...
We're also playing a combo deck in Modern.
Yeah.
Just like him.
If you came here to watch combo decks in Modern, you came to the right place. Also, I think Amulet might even be good right now. Not that would stop House, but...
Wow. Yeah, that certainly would not stop House.
Okay, let's play Ral, shall we?
Oh yeah, I love playing Ral here. It's one of my favorite times to play Ral.
Yeah, House... I recently told Dom to stop messing around and just admit he was registering Amulet. I don't think he's admitted it yet, though. But I did tell him that.
I'm sure we're almost done with all these counter spells now.
Well, I mean, you better hope so, because we don't have a lot of life points left. So...
Yeah, I hope they hit our commercial district up with Ragavan. That would be nice.
If they do, they do. No, if they hit Valakut Awakening. Wow.
Yeah, Sandy, we are getting twinned in a sense.
This is actually kind of annoying, because they can cast our Valakut Awakening.
Yeah, well, on the bright side, then we'll have a Valakut Awakening in our graveyard. You gotta be an optimist about this kind of thing.
I am not that much of an optimist about this kind of thing. Or, actually, I kind of am, but not about this specific spot.
Yeah, that's valid.
So... Exactly. This, by the way, is a spot where Valakut Awakening is worse than Gemstone Cavern.
Yeah, of course. When you're building your deck, you have to play around putting good cards in it that your opponent might steal.
Yeah, that's why I play Black White Sewers. Zing.
True.
Okay, I'll also bin this one.
Yep.
Oh, don't worry, Todd. I also might play Black White Sewers. But I also will make snarky comments about it. Alright, I mean, I guess we should try to go for it, huh?
Yeah. It seems superior to the alternative of not going for it.
Yeah. I mean... Okay, I guess we're not dead on board.
Nice.
I mean...
I love not being dead on board.
Next
Even
turn...
have moves, technically.
Yeah, I mean, next turn we can try to go off with the Splice, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good plan, but it is a plan.
I mean, we definitely can't beat another counterspell. They have another counterspell, alright, we lose, good beats.
Oh, I think, like, if their hand is 2 lands, we're probably, like, 15% to win or whatever.
That seems a little pessimistic to me. But obviously it's not great.
We just don't have that much.
Our opponent keeps hitting bangers up top of our deck with their Ragavan.
Well, it's fine. It doesn't really matter if they glimpse.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's pretty irrelevant. They can,
yeah, I mean, they could hit, like, Damping Sphere, but I'm not expecting to see that one.
You can see they did not hit anything of particular note.
Yeah. Splitter Twin Tarmogoyf. Cast the Tamiyo. Come on, you know you want to.
I don't like that they're thinking about it. Like...
Yeah. Well, maybe they're thinking, like, do I want to pretend I have a counterspell that he certainly can't afford to respect, or do I just want to cast my spell?
Yeah, I mean... Alright, let's...
Okay, my headcanon is that they have Deceiver Exarch and they're going to cast it off spawns.
So, I could, in theory, cast Glimpse to try to survive another turn here. Do you think I should try to do that?
Oh, well, it's better than that. You could cast Glimpse to try to win.
Well, right, but in that case I should Desperate Ritual first, right?
Yeah, you should splice first, and then I think you should glimpse.
Okay, I'm gonna splice. It's a plan
I
with
think
no flaws.
glimpsing. Yeah, like I think piffing is just like you don't really have moves. You can like take some actions, but you'll lose. But if you just like glimpse into like Ruby Ritual land or something, then it's over for them. I guess it's just like Ruby land even.
Yeah, I guess it's not asking that much. Also, Dom is really asking the hard hitting questions of Bob and Cheese.
Yikes. Yeah, that's not a question you want your answer to be on the record for.
Okay.
Well, I'm in suspense.
We're cooking. Oh, we hit Ruby. Sorry to be clear.
Okay, we hit a Ruby. What else did we hit? Did we hit a land?
No.
We did not.
But we're not dead yet.
Yeah, we're certainly cooking here.
I mean, we cannot beat anything, but
Yeah, but they don't have anything, so that's not really relevant. I don't know why you mentioned it.
yeah, Ari Lax is actually going to be the name of an upcoming bagel restaurant that is going to be opened by Ari Lax and Ari Zax. The consign to memory, you say? Okay, well,
I like that they replicated.
what I will say is, despite this being very bad, we are dead. So let's go to the next game.
Yeah, we're dead. Yeah, I agree. I would go next if I had the choice.
Zax, I will say, if we lose to 2015 Splinter Twin, that will make me less high on the deck.
Oh, don't worry. They're playing Ragavan. We won't lose to 2015 Splinter Twin.
Okay, do you want me to not sideboard at all and commit again?
Yeah. If you were like a giant coward, you could board in some pendings.
Okay, I'm not a giant coward.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
This is sort of the worst hand I've ever seen.
It does have talent.
Yeah,
I think I would keep this.
I think it might be a keep.
Yeah, I like that we can turn 3 Valaka Awakening for value.
Yeah, I also like that we can Grape Shot a Ragavan. That's not even a joke.
Yeah, I would keep this. Also, be mindful of your clock.
I have 8.5 minutes. What do you mean? It's fine.
Yeah, be mindful of your clock. We'll see. So the point of if you're playing Storm, you can't just like be a coward or be brave. You have to pick a spot in which to be a coward and a spot in which to be brave. For instance, my cowardice is mostly concentrated around playing around Ravenous Trap. I'm terrified of that card. But other than that, I'm usually quite bold.
So what I would say is if you play Storm, you have to be willing to flip coins to determine the outcome of your match.
Yeah, but not while a judge is watching.
Okay, so I should leave this, you think?
Huh. That's interesting.
I mean, I guess we're only vulnerable to Fawn next turn. I should probably just bin it.
Well, so do you think their hand contains Force of Negation? Mountain is a really terrible land for them to play. They did mull to 5, I guess.
To 6, right? Oh no, they were on the draw to 5.
Yeah.
I think if they have Force, it's fine. I just want to play Talent next turn no matter
Yeah,
what.
I think it's sort of acceptable to like put them down to 3 cards. So I just want to jam the Talent, and in that case, I just want to bin the Veil. So yeah, okay.
That's how I feel. Is that given that no matter what we're playing the Talent, I want to bin the Veil. Now you could not play the Talent here, but I don't really think that makes sense. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Because like, what are we gonna do? Cast Ren's Resolve and then delay the Talent another turn? Like, that seems very weird. Also, are we gonna level next turn if left to our own devices?
Yeah, I think so. I can't imagine they have like something to do. Like, what are they like? They're not gonna bounce or Talent or whatever.
No, I don't think they're gonna do that. I mean, I think they're just
and then we're just gonna untap with the Talent and win fairly easily. I think.
Yeah, I mean that does seem plausible, and we could just like cast Divination and see what we see. Like that sort of plays around something bad happening, but maybe nothing bad can actually happen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anything bad can really happen.
I mean, do you think the deck has like Sink into Stupor in it or something? I guess they have Lorien revealed they can't also have Sink into Stupor, really.
Yeah, that's kind of a lot. We can also look at their posted deck list. And I don't think they have any nonsense like that.
Okay.
They don't appear to have nonsense.
Oh, why is Ajax under an umbrella?
They have 2 Endurances in their sideboard.
Glad you asked. It's because there's a Storm brewing.
They can't have nothing pass with 3 mana up because we were on the play.
I mean, it would be very funny if we died to Twin Combo, but it doesn't seem immensely likely.
Yeah. By the way, the Artist Talent here is like vastly superior to any other cost reducer.
I see that. Let's cast Red Resolve and discard one of our lands, shall we?
Yeah. Especially in spots like this where you're probably gonna like exile a lot of cards. The lands in your hand are really free to discard.
Oh yeah, let's discard more lands.
Yeah. Love to hit Mana Morphos to refill the hand.
Yeah, I do like refilling the hand. Okay, let's cast Reckless Impulse?
Yeah. It's the most efficient in the sense of mana per card.
Well, here I should discard Artist Talent, though, right?
Yeah, that seems fine. We have another reducer, and we don't need the second looter.
Yeah, I think
like,
that's the right one to discard.
You'll probably hit a land and feel a little silly about having kept the Scalding Tarn, but it'll be fine.
Okay, can I discard
like,
Valakut Awakening?
If you don't hit the land... Yeah, I'm sure. I think you could discard Scalding Tarn, but whatever.
I'll discard.
Oh no, you should discard Ruby Medallion. You have another.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I should discard Ruby. Okay, I like that. That's very.
By the way, the Ruby in Exile is substantially free. If you ever cast a 3-drop, it's free to cast the Ruby first because the talent discounts it.
Oh, that's a good point. I mean, we're not there yet, but I'm still going to discard Valakut Awakening. We're just never. We have all the looting we need.
Yeah, we can discard the Valakut Awakening. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, the Artist Talent, unlike Faithless Looting and Valakut Awakening, are substantially similar cards.
Or are they forcing my
similar spaces.
ritual? I mean, that's fine.
Deal.
Like,
yeah.
There's more where that came from. Okay, I think just play this Ruby now.
Yeah, we can play the Ruby from Exile. There's no harm in that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very logical that Zax under an umbrella. Although, I guess I could consider giving a humorous answer such as he lives there.
But I don't live under the umbrella.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but you could. So I'll discard Grape Shot now?
I would discard land here on the grounds of come on.
I really don't think that's right.
We're going to see like a trillion cards. We're going to exile a trillion cards.
Why are you afraid to discard Grape Shot, though?
I might cast it.
Okay, I'll discard land, but I think it's wrong.
I think you're wrong. I think Greg's wrong.
Classic no lands. Anyways, I guess I'll cast Ral and cast these rituals, huh?
Yeah, oh no, we didn't discard a land. Can we splice, please?
I think we should not splice.
You think they have 2 force of negations?
I don't know, but I think it's right to not splice.
Okay. Oh yeah, they are dead to level up plus Grape Shot. That's an important line. No, I didn't want to tap out to splice, but we could have just paid 2 mana before casting Ral.
Yeah.
Well, you're playing really hard into Mindbreak Trap here. Could you explain to the audience why you're doing that?
No, wait. There's some logic to that. I mean, it's not incredibly reasonable. I guess it makes sense.
Well, it means you don't have to count for your Ral flip.
Yeah, that is why I did it.
It's important.
Is that I didn't know the count.
Yeah, I love not bothering to count.
Okay, well, I missed on all of that, but it's okay. Because we have like 80 bajillion more cards. Can I discard the Grape Shot yet, or?
No, you're gonna cast it.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Come on. I would have discarded an Impulse, but it's not super material. Sam, we'll kill them eventually.
We're getting to killing them. They're
might
almost
look
dead.
Foolish if we waste mana leveling up the talent, and then they have, Mindbreak Trap.
Yeah, that is a good point. You don't want to lose to Mindbreak Trap. And by a good point, I mean it's obviously a totally insane point, but,
Well, look, so something I learned from Cyrus Corman Gill, famed Legacy Storm player, is that a substantial fraction of the minutes you spend playing Storm decks, you have to think about what insane cards you're playing around.
Which impulse is better? Oh, so it's actually quite contextual, is what you should know about that. So if you're in a situation where like things look bad, but you're gonna fight through and keep going, then you need resolve to get through that situation. So then Red's resolve is better. But if things are going well and you can do whatever you want and nothing matters and you can play recklessly, then reckless impulse is better. So
I was gonna give the sincere answer that you should cut an equal number of each to play.
No.
You might say, what kind of buffoon would surgical extraction do reckless impulse against Storm? And to that I say, have you played against the kind of people who board in surgical extraction?
Yeah, wait, Zax, what's happening with your mic right now?
Oh, good question.
It's kind of coming like in and out. I don't know why, but it might be better now. I'm not sure.
How about now? It's better now?
Yes.
Interesting. Oh,
okay.
Wow, we're playing the hot matchup.
Okay, so if we lose this match, I'm going to lock in Sewer for the RC, just so you know.
I'm not very worried about that possibility.
You could hear Zax again? Oh, yeah, I'll get him to turn off his mic, yeah. Oh, it's not Sewer.
Oh, wow, it's a real deck instead of Sewer. You hate to see that.
Okay, it is the Mardu energy. What? Hey, Zax, what month is it?
I'm not sure.
Do I want Ren's Resolve? Probably, right?
Well, I think you want it in your yard because I sort of want to go next turn.
Oh.
And the Ren's Resolve in the, like, we go Rit up to 3, Rit down to 1, Morphos up to 2, Rit up to 4, Piff down to 1. So we don't have time to cast the Ren's Resolve before we Piff. But it's possible it's possible I'm going off a little half-cocked, but I think it's fine.
Like, well, yeah, I mean, I guess I do like not exposing our Ruby to, like, some way of removing the Ruby. That seems like how we lose. So,
yeah,
I
agree with that, but I like not exposing it to Thoughtseize, and I like not exposing it to Static Prison. I don't actually know how many Static Prisons are likely to be in their deck.
I think a lot. They often have, like, 2 to 3 main.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call that a lot, but I do like the idea of banning this and then casting Piff on our turn and seeing what happens.
Mardu has less usually. I think that is true, but it is a bit complicated.
Well, we would have been rewarded for keeping the Impulse.
I mean, it might have been right to keep the Impulse.
We would have morphosed into this Pyretic. So that means it was the wrong decision.
I think it is fine.
Yeah, it'll probably be fine.
Okay, we've got the Talent of the Artist. Should I play that? Probably, right?
Yeah, that's broken. That's broken in half, really.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine a card more broken than that in this context.
Okay. So now, do you want me to discard the Piff? Or...
Yeah, we can afford to discard the Piff. I mean, I guess, so the alternative is you could Impulse and Desperate discarding nothing either time.
Yeah.
With the idea that you can Piff from hand and still cast the Impulse. That might be better.
I guess that maybe is better, huh?
Yeah, I think that is better.
Okay.
How dead do you think our opponent feels when we're just casting these spells and not discarding?
Oh, I mean, I think they feel the level of dead that they are, which is a lot. So, in this situation,
yeah,
chat...
Why not just loot the Impulse and flash it back? That's reasonable.
Well, wait, I think it's not that reasonable. I want the extra 2 cards. Like, what you're saying is, why do you want to... Why I want to draw 4 cards, not 2. Okay.
Were you going to say that you should Morphose early in this situation to refill your hand?
Yes. You should always Morphose first in this spot because you can loot away. But anyway, I'm going to cast around now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. It's extremely academic at this point.
I agree that it's academic. Oh, right. So that's -8.
Sure.
Oh, baby. That's a lot of spells. Okay, so we're at 14. Okay, we just need a few more like random spells.
Yeah. By the way, when you were commentating on the relative merits of whatever after our Pip resolved, I thought you were going to explain to chat that it's very important not to accidentally click a Reckless Impulse when you have 1 mana floating, because then you'll fizzle.
Okay, well that is very important.
Instead, you had real advice about strategy, which is a little disappointing.
Well, okay, so Todd, normally what I do is I ask Greg to pick each time, and my experience is that strategy wins at a way higher ratio than chance. But I would never ask Azax to pick because he's very unlucky. So
I just always click heads because you don't have to move your mouse that much.
Okay, so against the various energy variants, the way I like to sideboard, I think, is Brotherhood's End, various ways to kill their like hate stuff. Like these are good, the Phlages are good. I also think the Wear Tears are maybe good, but maybe that's too much to board in. I don't know.
I think the Wear Tears are probably too much unless we have specific intel on their list that makes them particularly good.
Tails, heads, 75% win rate. Wow, that makes a lot of sense.
So, I think we should probably cut a Wish for a Grape Shot on the grounds that they might have Draneth and they might have Surgical.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
I I cut a Piff normally against energy for a multitude of reasons. One, we're boarding Inflate, which competes with Piff. Two, they have some amount of yard hate. Three, the games can go a bit long, so you have more time to find a Piff. And yeah, the cuts you just made are all pretty reasonable.
I mean, I think I want to cut a
Mardu's
lot of
a
it.
little grindier. Yeah, my thoughts on artist talent are complicated. Mardu is grindier, which might make the artist talents better and might make cutting rituals better. But the artist talent is a little awkward into Bowmaster sometimes.
I think they don't usually have Bowmaster even in Mardu.
They're just not playing Bowmasters? Why
yes. not? Bowmaster's not very good in Modern right now, so nobody plays it even in Mardu.
I see.
So I think we should leave artist talent unless we see Bowmasters.
Okay.
So I want to do this, is what I think. Now, I do think that if you play against normal energy, I think you probably only cut one ritual, but against the 3-color energy, I think cutting 2 is sound.
I think cutting 2 on the draw is a little dubious to me, but it's possible. It's right.
We can cut only one, but I want to leave the talents. This is the sort of matchup I like.
Yeah, okay, then we can leave the talents and cut 4 impulses. 4 is the maximum number I feel good about cutting.
Yes, I'm with you. Well, okay, specifically, here's how I feel about artist talent. So when you're assessing how good artist talent matchup, here's the question you should ask yourself. The question is, how different are my cards? The more different your cards are, the more you should cut artist talent. And the more same they are, the more different the cards are, the more you should leave artist talent. And the more the same they are, the more you should cut artist talent. Because it's only finding card selection. So if your cards are all similar, you don't need it. So in general, if you ever find yourself boarding in lots of answers to hate, you probably want artist talent. Because you want to be able to turn those answers to hate into real cards when they aren't needed, and turn the real cards into answers to hate when they have the hate, right? But
that makes a lot of sense.
So that's my heuristic. And I think Mardu is a matchup where they have a lot of hate, which makes me think that the talents are good.
Yeah.
Now, this is just heuristic because there is some more complicated things, like it can be too slow and what have you, but broadly, I think that's the right idea.
That makes a lot of sense to me. Okay. Oh no, they can pending their own treasure.
So in paper, by the way, a good place to cast Pending X 0 on Sculpting Tarn.
Yeah, that's a great play.
I think it might work. Like, I understand we can crack in response, but we may not see that line. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't see that line.
Okay, well, they are Thoughtseize, yes. I mean, our hand is, like, a little resilient to Thoughtseize.
Yeah, this is another reason to leave in the artist talents. You do want an extra volume of reducers, just because they can Thoughtseize your reducer and you'll be sad.
Yes, I think against Boros, it might be right to cut the talents, even though I like them against Mardu. I'm not that complicated. I'm not that sure.
I was leaving in more talents on the play and trimming or cutting them on the draw.
I think Ben, but this isn't horrible.
Yeah, I think Ben. I think we don't have time for this nonsense.
Yeah, it looks like their clock is pretty fast at the moment. Okay, so should I fire off a Morphos or should I just Reckless Impulse?
I would just Reckless Impulse.
Okay.
We can fire off our Morphos next turn if we need to.
I mean, it's not unlikely that we'll need to, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's just we get paid off if we hit the Rue Medallion or the Ral that we just hit, we get paid off for holding it.
Yeah, now the Ral here is a bit awkward, but, you know.
Yes.
I mean, there's nothing we can do about
face-up Ral is not the best Ral, but yeah.
I mean, we just have to jam and hope they don't have it. Like, we don't have any moves.
Yeah, I mean, if you draw a Morphos, you could Writ and then play the Ral, because then you'll have mana up when they go to kill it, but yeah.
Yeah, it's because we're behind, we had to be reckless. Yeah, you get it, Daniel Combs. You get it. You understand.
Yeah, of course. Wow, they hit a ritual. If I were you, I would ask for that ritual back.
I'll ask nicely. We'll see if they give it to us.
I think we could make good use of it.
Is preventing Ragavan from hitting an impulse with Surveil not a concern? What does that mean?
They want us to surveil before we get hit by Ragavan instead of after. I think that's just nonsense.
Oh, yeah.
It's so much more important to sculpt your own draws.
Yes. Well, I think this is true in general. Like, I think in almost every matchup, if you were playing against Ragavan with your surveils, you should play it that way. Like, you should let the Ragavan hit you, then surveil. Unless you're in a weird situation, obviously. But, like, that should be your, like, general go-to rule. But it's especially true in this matchup. This is a bit bad for us.
I have bad news. Yeah.
So are we dead on board? I think not. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10, 11. I think we're not dead on board, right?
I love not being dead on board.
Okay, so I'm going to Elegant Parlor to conserve life points.
Whoa! They have a Ragavan.
Oh.
I want to play the land from
Okay,
exile.
wait. Let's do it. Wait, hold on. I need to count again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we can play this one.
Yeah, I took it on faith that we weren't dead on board, and we wouldn't be dead on board if we lost a life.
Well, I only counted that we
After
weren't dead
taking
on
that
board.
on faith. Okay, well, I mean, how likely is it that we would be going to exactly one? Not that likely.
Well, the other thing is,
Come on.
I think they probably have us because they might not have Chandas there if they don't have us. Is the thing.
Nah. See, they might not have us.
Yeah, I mean, this does not mean that we're safe exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my favorite card to see them draw. At least it wasn't Flage.
What would you say is your favorite card to see them draw?
Like Thassa's Oracle, because then we can get a game loss.
What do you mean? Maybe they just register Thassa's Oracle.
Oh my god, they hit our Flage and we're dead! Maybe they won't see it.
That is hilarious. Okay, it's by the way, chat, in paper here, you're actually not dead because you gain the life off your own Flage. So.
Of course. What else would you do? Lose life? That wouldn't be very smart.
Alright, well, we were defeated.
Yeah. I like how the game played out.
Okay, let's submit.
Yeah, I wouldn't change anything.
Our deck is perfect. I guess I could cut another Phyretic for another Divination, but I'm content with where we stand.
Yeah, I don't want to cut 3.
Yeah.
They're
By the way,
really
I
fast.
still think it's possible the third pending is better than the third Veil on our sideboard, but that's neither here nor there.
Maybe, but you can't tell me what you would board out against energy. So
No, I cannot.
there you go.
I just like how flexible pending is.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a little less necessary because with the Brotherhood's ends, we don't need to board in like 7 cards against the Trinisphere deck. That's going a bit overboard.
Unfortunately, I think this is a keep lose.
Yeah, this is one of the hands of keep type. that type is any hand with 4 lands and a cost reducer and 2 somewhat reasonable spells. The Pith is not the most reasonable of spells, but I don't think you can send it back.
Yeah. we do normally charge $15 for the advice to Well-Timed Origin is good against Storm. I mean, honestly, like, okay, so here's the funny thing about Orm's Chant. At almost every point in history that people have tried to put silence effects in literally any deck, it's been a scam. Because, I don't know, just buying 1 turn is not very good. But if what you're doing instead is him twerking your opponent when they have cards in exile, or countering the whole Underworld Breach, because, like, once the breach is cast, you know, the Chant completely fizzles it, doesn't just time walk them, it also takes their best card. At that point, you're kind of cooking, and because these are 2 of the premier combo decks right now, I think Chant is actually good. But it's funny just because every other time people try to put silence decks in any deck, I think it's been horrible. Anyways, let's
Agreed
submit.
Yeah, Arash Suri, good question. So my thinking on this has evolved over time. Is a political response to your question. What I would say is that in matchups like this where you're sideboarding heavily, it's dangerous to cut glimpses because you're diluting your deck. And so what you need in the end is just to have that consistency to like churn through your deck and find the stuff you need. Wow, sick draw.
Okay, I'm just going to cast it, right?
Whoa! I'd like to propose cast Row. They won't be afraid of it because they have a deafening silence. And it spends our mana more efficiently.
Well, does it? I mean, Surveil is somewhat efficient.
That is sort of efficient, yeah. I was sort of hoping we would win next turn, but maybe we won't. Because, like, if we go Row, we can go pending, resolve, and then hit a ritual, maybe.
That's a reasonable point. Okay, we can play Row.
Nice.
Mm-mm.
We also only have 1 Surveil left, so, like, you know, what's the rush?
No, I think you're right. Did we learn why they mirrored the Ardent Signs for Pioneer Masters? Wait, I'm unaware of this. If any Ben Whites in the chat want to answer...
I heard this. It's just mirrored. I remember this.
Wow, insanely punished for this line. Just hideously punished.
That's nice.
Mm-mm.
It's fine. We get to attack for 1.
Okay, let's cast Ren's Resolve.
Yep. I would have attacked for 1 first, in case
Well, I'm not trying to
I
transform
got
it.
confused. Yeah, but you might accidentally transform it. Oh, baby. We're ready.
Okay, well, that's a good hit. Okay, so let's attack. And then I guess I can't cast any of this right now. So I just play the Surveillant.
Play the Surveil. Yeah, makes sense to me.
Yeah. This would be a good spot to wish for the orb. Okay, let's spin that.
Yeah, that doesn't seem especially necessary.
I guess we can... Yeah, I think there are no creatures...
It's also not a good spot to wait for the orb.
Oh, yeah, I guess not.
People have in the past played the weird elemental from MH2.
I guess we can just go to our Flage plan. Just try to Flage him out.
Yeah, I like the Flage plan. This is one of the benefits of Flage. Whatever nonsense they're trying to do against you, and there's a lot of it, Flage is just good against all of it. It's good against Drannith Magic in a sense. It's good against Deafening Silence. It's good against Mage Bane Lizard in a sense.
I agree with all of that. I mean, generally speaking, I think... What the hell?
Bruh?
All right.
Okay.
Well, the Flowering of the White Tree is at the battlefield. Let's cast Flage.
Yeah.
Zax, don't disrespect the Flowering of the White Tree.
Oh, I'm going to disrespect the Flowering of the White Tree. Thanks for asking.
Okay, so on Flying the White Tree, my honest opinion is I really think this card should be in Pioneer. But nonetheless.
Not a bad take. Do you want to fetch Sacred Foundry before they hit us? Because it's our only white source in the deck.
Oh, good call. Let's do that. We probably shouldn't lose to the Thassa's Oracle situation.
Yeah.
No, in Pioneer, I think the card would be playable. Like, it'd just be an interesting card in Pioneer.
Yes! Fuck them up. This is a question for the Sages. Do you ever... I guess it doesn't really make sense. You could, like, preserve a card in your yard by fetching first.
Oh, maybe that's
But they might have,
right.
like... Well, they might have mentally misclicked and they were supposed to surgical, but they gave us priority instead.
Yeah, okay, I'm just going to bring it back. I don't know.
That's what makes it a question for the Sages.
What do you mean, swing? Oh, you wanted to chump block their 4-2 Ragavan, or? Because I did not want to do that. Also,
I like that they have this card in their deck that costs 2 mana and a card and just does, like, nothing.
Whoa. It does a great job stopping Ralph from blocking Flage. Season Pyro. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So we're just going to sweep the board next turn, sweep up our own Ral, and then kill them?
Yeah, I guess. What if they have Snuff Out?
This game is really nice.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I wanted to play Talent and then level it up to the max and then kill them with the Flage trigger, but that doesn't work. It's the wrong level.
Yeah, that unfortunately isn't legal, is the one issue with it.
Yeah.
It's a good line in most respects other than its illegality.
Do you think in paper you can, like, play the Talent and then level it up and then, like, drink from your water and knock the die over and then it works?
Yeah, I think that does work in paper.
Nice.
All right. And I guess if I win the flip here, I will transform Ral.
Oh.
All right. Well, Ral dies for his country.
Yeah.
Anyways, good demonstration of the unlosable energy matchup. Zax assured me off stream he's never lost it a single time in his whole life.
Yeah, and the power of Flage. I mean, that was legitimately, like, it was sort of oh, wow, it would die if we flipped it because it hits Planeswalkers, too.
Oh, yeah, you're right, Carl. Good point.
Like, this is sort of a closed decklist situation, although it's also a bit of a, like, unknown meta situation. What the fuck, Marceline? Come on. You know she's playing the sewer. She's covered in filth.
I don't know that she's playing the sewer. She's been considering other things lately.
I'm sure she's covered in filth right now.
I think there's a good chance it's not sewer.
you can smell it.
I'm welcoming her to the arena of ideas.
Okay, if we lose to sewer, it doesn't count because you're the one piloting.
I think she might be on breach, to be fair.
Fair. I think I would keep this hand in either matchup, although it's not ideal.
I mean, yeah, this hand is sort of bad, but I think we have to keep it.
Yeah, I mean, it's only really missing a cost reducer, and it has some looks towards one.
Well, right. So, I guess just to talk to chat a little bit about how we feel about these hands. I think Zax and I don't. So, you shouldn't keep hands that don't have a cost reducer and are bad, if that makes sense. Like you shouldn't keep like one land no cost reducer, or like no cost reducer and it's all rituals, or like if you're gonna keep a hand without a cost reducer, everything else has to kind of be in place, is how I would describe it. Which this hand certainly meets that criterion. Like if this hand finds a cost reducer, it's immediately great.
Okay, I think she might not be playing sewer.
Yeah, so
but she's got like a sewer scented perfume, which confused me.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, so I hope we don't just like die on turn 3.
Yeah, I also hope for that.
Yeah, the new see, it's because you want to be green for Ragavan and then blue for counterspells, is why you play Simic Sewer.
That makes a lot of sense. Green for Ragavan especially makes sense.
Okay, well, I like that one of the breaches got milled. I don't like that her draw is great.
Yeah, this would be a really bad spot to be in the universe where Breach had Escape 3.
Oh my god, the Breach has Escape 3 thing is just so deranged.
It's nice. What I like about it is that the card Underworld Breach is already just like one of the worst designs of all time, from a time when they really knew better, and then just like a little better. Why not?
Yeah, I think in Modern Horizons 4 they're going to make Breach, but it has Escape 3. It can be called Underworld Breach Breach.
That makes sense.
And so the art...
Do you think anyone has ever cast an Underworld Breach off a different Underworld Breach?
Well, yeah, it comes up a lot, actually.
To like play around enchantment removal?
Yes.
That makes sense, yeah.
It's very common.
Yeah, if you have infinite mana, that makes a lot of sense.
So, if you look at the art of Underworld Breach, you can see it's this like demon guy escaping that breach. So the art of Underworld Breach is like this whole art in that fire.
Yeah.
Like
that
recursively. You think it should be called Underworld Breach? Yeah, that's reasonable. I'm open to that alternative.
Wow. It's lucky that Marceline is so incompetent she cast a second legend for no reason. It's certainly not ominous. Would you agree with my assessment of the situation?
Yeah, I agree that it's ominous. But there's not much we can do about it.
No, it's not ominous.
Oh. This I think I want to bin, but it's not totally obvious.
Yeah, it seems too slow for the game we're currently playing.
Yes, I think the game we're currently playing is fast. Okay, I want to cast Manamorphose into Ren's Resolve, I think.
Yeah, the Manamorphose seems justifiable. If we hit Rao, we're really paid off, and I do get the sense that we might... It's possible we don't get to untap.
I mean, we might get to untap, but I just don't want to... I want to just see the extra card.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Ral is now in exile.
Yep. Insanely punished for casting Manamorphose, by the way. Worst play I've ever seen.
Look, Brian, I don't control your work schedule. That's Greg's job.
What?
Okay,
the ominous thing was bad for us?
Come on. This I think is a non-deterministic lethal.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen here is Marceline is going to alternate between Emery's and Mopal's until she finds Grinding Station. Oh, she found Grinding Station. What's going to happen is we're going to be dead, and I'm not going to make her go through it.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Am I allowed to gamble on this match?
I mean, I feel like you can gamble on the match only if you promise not to use your influences for evil. Uh,
Okay, I'll only gamble on us to win.
okay, so how do you want to sideboarding in this matchup? I mean, I think the wear tears are clearly great, right?
Yes.
Then I think beyond that, it's interesting. So I think Brotherhood's End is not terrible. Um,
I was medium impressed by Brotherhood's End, although I didn't see it in action a ton.
okay, let's gather some data then.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the wishes are fine. You don't need the grape shots or anything in this matchup. Uh, this is a very fast matchup. I think it's way too fast for the artist talent. Is my guess.
Yeah, that's my guess too. So I've been cutting 2 talent and 2 divinations.
Yeah, I'm here for that. I think.
We are allowed to play like 1 Veil of Summer. It's not great, is the issue, but it has its moments.
I think no. We should not play it.
Yeah, I agree with no.
Is Moon not good here? No, it is not. Okay, so I'll bring this up again. This is an important point about Moon in general. I am not impressed by Moon in basically any format where the only thing it does is kill Urza Saga. Like, it needs to do more than that. Now, sometimes it does, but I don't think it really does against Breach deck. For example, you're not going to color screw them because A, they're playing the color red, and B, they have 4 Mox Opals and 4 Mox Ambers that can produce colors other than red anyway. So you're just paying like 3 mana, kill all their sagas forever, and that just isn't a card worth playing.
Agree to agree.
Also, I don't totally know why Zax has exactly 1 Blood Moon in his sideboard, but he certainly does.
Well, it's okay. So the 15th sideboard card is not very good. I've thought a decent amount about it. Giga Chads like Andrew have played Galvanic Relay. People who aren't us have played Empty the Warrens. Some people play Blood Moon. I think none of these cards are particularly impressive. One of the issues with Relay and Empty is that the Storm Triggers get hosed by Consigned to Memory, which is like already a card people are boarding in against you, and the matchups for those cards would be good. The Blood Moon has text against the Amulet. You can wish for it in like weird spots sometimes, and your opponents get locked out of the game. But I'm not attached to it. If you paid me like $20 and I had to register a 14-card sideboard or whatever, I would just ditch the Blood Moon and not think very hard about it.
Okay, I want a mulligan.
Yeah, it's a sad mulligan, but it's probably a mulligan.
I think this is a good example of a hand that doesn't have cost reducer, and like, I don't know, Wish is not very good, Awakening's kind of awkward, like, this hand just isn't very good.
I mean, this hand would be good if we had a cost reducer, but we don't have one, and we're not especially good at finding it.
Yeah. I'm always wondering, in a match between Storm and Breach, who exactly do you think are the bad guys? Okay, I want to tuck Commercial District. Actually, yeah. I want to tuck Mountain.
Acceptable.
Yeah, I want to tuck Mountain and lead Commercial District, I think.
So...
Oh, we have Wear Tears. We should not do that.
Yeah, okay, don't do that, because
okay.
of Wear Tear.
Never mind, tuck Commercial District.
I was thinking of the much less relevant put an extra card in the graveyard for when we wish for Underworld Breach, but the Wear Tear is more relevant.
Well, I was thinking, like, there's a thing where we could bluff having boarded in Veil of Summer by playing the Commercial District, which is not something I would try against an opponent I don't respect, but Marcy will probably pick up on it. So I think there's some equity there, but I think it's probably too deep.
Am I actually underwater again?
No, I think I hear you fine. I don't know what the issue is really.
Okay, great.
I mean, it's not like, I don't know, it's not like the highest sounding fidelity of all time, but I think it's totally acceptable.
Terrific.
Yeah, it is also true that often Marceline's the hero. Honestly, I will say I should probably promote Marceline. Not that we have any sort of internal ranks whatsoever or organization structure, but she has earned it. So there's that to consider.
Wow, brutal to just lie to us for clout. I would never lie for clout. Thoughts on Meltdown? I played it for a bit. It's like, you could have a Meltdown in your sideboard in the Blood Moon slot, although it's a little cannibalized by just having Brotherhood's Ends to wish for. Can you explain why you would want Meltdown, given that it's not especially good and like you don't play against Affinity all the time?
Well, yeah, I guess I would point out the following important fact about Modern is, so there are a bunch of decks that I might describe as other Mox Opal where Meltdown is good, but the main Mox Opal deck is Breach, where it just isn't good. So that's the important fact. Also, I don't know what's going on with Marceline right now, but
She's probably thinking about throwing the match so that I can win more channel points, so that I can redeem a Neoform stream.
Marcy and Forrest, the teams in voice chat. You're welcome to join.
Nice.
I don't think I'm gonna join the call. That's a bit
yeah.
much
I think we shouldn't join the call.
Yeah, we talked about this guys a little bit earlier. I forced Azax to try it, but we think it's bad. I think it's too much mana.
I don't think it's terrible, but yeah, it's too much mana and it sweeps up your own things. Brotherhood's End, I understand sometimes sweeps up your own things, but also sometimes it doesn't.
Well, I just mostly think that the situation against Boros where you can't play the Wrath because you don't have enough time, and, like you need to cast it for 2, but you don't have 4 mana or whatever, is just pretty devastating. That seems like a bin.
Yeah. Yes, that seems like an easy bin.
Okay, do you want me to run out the Ruby? I guess let's see what she did on the preordain. That's probably important. 0 top, 2 bottom. Okay, that doesn't tell me that much.
So, I think I would run out the Ruby here. The issue with not running out the Ruby is that it's also vulnerable to some things if we don't run it out.
Yeah, like you're saying if she has like spell pierce, spell snare, something like that, then we're punished for winning on the Ruby. So even though she might have like Nature's Claim or what have you, it doesn't really make sense to slow roll if that's going to make it vulnerable to different interaction.
Correct. Again, she's more likely to have Nature's Claim and less likely to have Spell Snare, given that she tapped out on turn 1, but she's also probably sort of Landlight, so she was maybe forced to tap out on turn 1.
Yeah, I don't think the tapping out on turn 1 is much of a signal. I mean, it means a little, but mostly I think she just has to spend her mana. I think the odds of killing there are very low, is what I can tell you. I mean,
yes,
I haven't like...
That is not... I mean, you need like 2 mana Morphoses plus a Ritual as your top 3 cards or something.
Yeah, and I guess the other thing you should... Okay, so when asking whether you should go for the Storm, right, there's really 2 questions. What are your odds of success? And if you fail, how bad is it? And here our odds of success, very low. What the consequences going for it are actually very bad. Because if we go for it and we fail, it will prevent us from pivoting next turn, which is big. Oh, thanks for the Rage Join exploration. I hope you enjoyed the sewers. The green sewers.
I hope they didn't enjoy the sewers for their own sake.
Okay, I'm going to start doing stuff. What stuff should I start with? Metamorphose?
Well, I would start with Metamorphose. It's not obvious we're going to cast the Ritual this turn. I mean, we probably will, but it's not like set in stone.
Yeah, I think we probably will, but...
Yeah, I agree. We probably will.
Okay, so now... Do you want me to cast the Ritual and cast Valakut Awakening?
Yeah.
I mean, I could Valakut Awakening without Ritualing, but that seems a little deranged.
Yeah, I mean, you could just hold the Ritual for after Valakut Awakening. It's slightly worse, but it does preserve our options.
That's interesting. So, like, tuck all the non-death ritual cards. Yeah, it actually seems really good. We should do that. Wait, hold on. There is some point. What about the card Spell Pierce? Oh, she
doesn't have Spell Pierce.
Oh, I'm sorry. She doesn't have Metalcraft. You're right. Okay, so we can just cast it.
Do you want me to go into the call and see what her hand is?
No, I do not want you to go into the call and see what her hand is.
Okay, just checking. Oh, baby.
Okay, now we're cooking. Let's get
Whoa,
going.
Don't.
What?
I mean, it's not guaranteed we wanted to cast that card this turn. Granted, the universes where we don't want to cast it are sad universes, but...
Okay, I'm unimpressed by that argument. I think it's extremely like...
Well, I mean, if our top 3 cards are bad, we wanted to hold the Ritual. Like, we could just Morphos Impulse first.
Okay, well, now we have some problems.
Yes. I mean, I would cast Past in Flames. I guess, man, it's only a sort of taxing her. This is brutal. As friend of the stream, Olivia Rodrigo would say.
Yeah, if we cast the Pivot's pretty bad, right?
Yeah. By the way, it does seem like we cast Paralytic Ritual for no reason.
Okay, I apologize.
Thank you. Also, we don't want to Surveil first because they just have a Tormod script effect in play.
Yeah, the problem is that if we cast the Piff, I mean, it forces her to crack the Soul Guide, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, she just...
Yeah.
can re-Soul Guide very easily.
How about just Play second Ruby, play fetch land, and say go then.
Yeah, I mean I agree, but
It's not a good plan.
how do we ever win from this spot though?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna peel a glimpse, and then glimpse into some biz, and then flip a Ral.
It's a pretty horrible spot.
Yeah, it's not a good spot.
Okay, I mean, I definitely put with saying ritual thing.
Maybe.
I also think it's very unlikely to matter. I will say.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I just think there was no reason to do it. We could have just waited.
No, like it was definitely a mistake. I definitely got too frisky, but we're just in an incredibly bad situation now.
Yeah.
Because the soul guy.
Well, it's fine. We might just die.
So I think we need to discuss the meaning of the word "fine." It doesn't seem fine.
No, but we can stop thinking about the mistake we might have made if we just die.
Okay.
Then we just get to advance to the next game of the league.
So grinding station is getting cast. So if she has the thing, we are dead now.
Look, some people would say, based on available evidence, that it looks like she has the thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
I'm not a coward.
But some would.
I wouldn't say that.
She just look at this BM. She just didn't even sack the first Mox Opal. Oh, hold on.
She doesn't need to. Don't tell her in chat about the BM. Come on.
No. All right.
Should we kick her off the team?
All right, we've been defeated in the arena of ideas.
Yeah, famed 52% matchup, Temur Breach, just getting 2-0'd savagely.
Yes, definitely one of my worries is that I think there's a chance that the deck is secretly 48% against Breach, but I'm definitely unsure. It's very hard to figure out.
I could believe that.
Like, basically, I think... Okay, it's very clear that game 1 is Storm favored, but not by a lot. And it's also clear that Breach improves more post-board, even though Wear Tear is good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they perform... They don't improve a lot, but they do improve more than you, probably.
I think they improve a pretty substantial amount. I mean, like, Spell Snare is very good, for example, that most lists have.
Yeah, for sure.
But...
Great question from chat. What does the M on my hoodie stand for? The answer is measurement. It's from a job where I was on the measurement team.
Wow. Nobody asked me what the M on my shirt stands for. But also, they can't really see it, to be honest.
Well, onlylands.com. That's a nice username. Wow. Classic bad hand that doesn't have a cost reducer.
Yeah, okay, let's mulligan.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep and tuck a card.
Yeah. It seems like it's either Glimpse or Paratic Ritual.
I mean, it seems like Paratic Ritual to me. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds logical to me.
I think our kill will be pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, we might need the cards.
Okay,
a great reason to keep a card that draws 3 cards.
I think we can do better than this. I think it's replacement level.
Yeah, I agree. This card is basically replacement level every time you surveil into it.
Okay, so Shadow Titan, here's the thing about Breach. Breach is very good. It is definitely true that, like, how do I put this? In a state of nature, Breach is the best deck. But the problem is just that, like, people are, like, insanely ready, which tends to pull Breach's win percentage close to 50% against everything. And it's sort of hard to figure out if the deck is actually 51% against the field or secretly 49% against the field, because it's like, I think, right on that border. That's how I would, like, describe Breach. And it's for this reason that I don't think it's, like, totally obvious to play Breach. But I'm definitely not saying you shouldn't. Like, I still might play it. In fact, I'm trying to figure it out.
I measured things that weren't very interesting. Also, I thought they were brood scale, but I no longer think they're brood scale.
Terrabat, might even 59% against the field last week or 2 weeks ago. It gets worse every week. But
so I assume this is an aspiring spike deck. I saw he was playing with like Coffers and Kozilek's command, so I assume the Prismatic Vista gets Swamp and Wastes in their deck.
Okay, whatever. Don't you want to cast this Ritual into Ral?
Yeah, I do want to cast Desperate Ritual into Ral. I was just providing some color commentary.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you were gonna like explain how that affected the outs they could have or whatever.
No, it hasn't yet affected our play. I'll let you
Okay.
know if it does affect our play. Wait. Actually,
Wait, you didn't like this?
we were
Oh,
maybe supposed to cast a second ritual
oh,
before
wait,
Ral.
crap. Oh, I maybe was.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This was foolish. My
Yeah,
apologies.
just Morphos now that we're here, but yeah,
Yeah, I
we perhaps
no,
could have done
I
better.
definitely should have cast the second ritual first. Yeah, I'm gonna be punished. I'm sorry. This was a huge mistake. Uh, so to be clear, chat, what we wanted to do is that we wanted to have a 50% chance of saving our Ral into the Fatal Push, which we now just don't have for no reason.
Yeah, we also, I mean, we would get to cast the glimpse, and like we wouldn't have a reducer in play, but you know, we would Ral cast some rituals. We'd have like 6 mana floating or whatever. We'd cast a glimpse and then like maybe go somewhere.
Okay, I'm gonna cycle Morphos.
Yeah, I would cycle Morphos here. There's a bunch of cards we could hit that would reward us for it. But you got the rare clicked my Morphos mana very fast feature. That's something they don't tell you about.
Yeah, Marceline, it didn't feel great, you know.
It's not inconceivable that Desperate could have been a top, but I think it was probably a Ben.
No, come on. Our hand is all rituals.
Yeah, I mean yeah, I know, but you can splice before you glimpse.
I know, but I'm not interested.
Yeah, it's a little too bad. Is the one problem.
Okay, let's cast Reckless Impulse.
Agreed.
Marcy only plays the best deck. I don't see her playing Black White Swords. All right. So
Ooh, I would shock.
you
Yeah,
want
I think
to
I
you
would
want to
shock.
you want to ritual into Valakut Awakening? Is that actually good?
Maybe I don't. Maybe that's too bad.
Hmm. It seems too bad. I want to play Tap Signature MTGO.
Yeah, it might be too bad. We can just do it anyway if when they demolition field us. Although I guess if we'd shocked, we could have. Yeah, we should have shocked just so that they don't field us, maybe, because they're going to field us.
Why
They,
are
they
you
were totally going to field us. No, I'm not concerned, but they were going to do it anyway, and then we were going to get them. Maybe they weren't because the Valakut's face up. Maybe I'm talking nonsense.
Yeah, Marceline, it's important not to let Carl down. I also want to be clear that I still might play Breach of the RC. I'm deciding between Storm Breach and Sewer. Those are the only decks I'm considering. Wow, they had Bowmasters.
Interesting.
Okay, I would say we have some problems now.
Yeah, but only some. I hope their hand has like 3 Cabal offers in it.
Oh, thanks for the raid, Harain.
We're just picking up so many raids today.
Yeah, we're really getting a lot of
I'm
raids.
on instead of worst co-host Greg.
Yeah, so for those just joining us today, one of our normal hosts is replaced by regular guest Ari Zax. So he's up there. He's a regular
Someone
guest.
called me irregular guest.
Okay, so do you want me to cast Valakut Awakening or just not?
No.
It seems bad to do.
I think it's probably too bad to do that.
Well, I mean, I think we are potentially going to Chadley cast Awakening into the Orc, but I think we should do it on our turn. I don't want to also throw away
Maybe.
Ritual. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh, wow.
We
That
may
would've been
may
nice.
not be casting a Chadley Ritual into the Orc.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking we would ritual glimpse this turn.
Yeah, it seems like we should maybe accept our Valakut Awakening as blank and or a land.
Yeah, it'll probably be a land.
Okay.
Well, the Piv is a nice one.
Yeah, so we try to go off next turn, play the Awakening as a land.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it seems like next turn our odds of killing them are actually quite good.
Yeah, I mean, our graveyard, we don't have a reducer, but we have a decent amount of mana, and our graveyard is pretty stocked.
Yeah, although we do have to be a little careful not to lose to Bowmaster Pings when we Manamorphose.
Yeah, I mean, we probably won't, but yeah. We're certainly not going to be like Valakut Awakening our entire hand back multiple times.
Wait, if I lost like a 2 7 I will not be playing Mono Black Key Return. The problem is that what?
I sort of came close to winning once without ever casting a cost reducer. It was like a 12-turn game against Frog where I put all of my lands into play, but like I eventually had a breach turn and I did cast reducer from my yard. I don't think I've ever just like grape shotted them a bunch. I mean, you win with Flage without cost reducers post board, but that doesn't really count.
Okay, I want to sack all of our spawn tokens to Pith, I think.
Sure. Do you want a pyretic first?
No, why? Oh,
Well, then it'll be in our yard.
okay, I guess, yes, sure, that seems good.
Yeah. They could have like something, but I couldn't tell you what something is in this instance. And it's not like waiting makes things better for us.
No. We gotta go.
Yeah.
My first action is gonna be to splice, I think.
Yeah. I mean, you could Morphos first, maybe, but I think you should splice.
You're loving the improvised lighting setup? Wait, what's the situation with your lighting setup? Oh no, Splice Arcane comes up.
Oh, I just have a lamp on in the corner because there's no lights in my room.
I see.
It's sort of weird. The umbrella was doing some nice heavy lifting, blocking the glare earlier.
The umbrella's really
Maybe
good.
this is nice.
Yeah, the splicing is pretty common in this deck. I mean, I'm not like insanely.
Yeah, I mean, I would not say it's not relevant as often as it comes up, but it does come up.
Yeah, that I think is the correct phrasing.
It's relevant here, certainly, but like a lot of the time it's just like, yeah, whatever, why not splice?
Mm-mm. The umbrella is
Cast some morphoses.
Yeah, I think I do. Just cast some more poses into these orcs.
Yeah.
We ain't afraid of no orcs.
Oh, the umbrella is a storm bit, but it's also just blocking the light while it's here.
Okay. Well,
It's fine. It's completely fine.
I mean,
I like this timing on the morphoses, but the fear of Veil of Summer in them.
Yeah, that was the logic there. You never know when you might wish for.
We have another Desperate, right? I think I see another Desperate in our yard.
Yes, we do. You want me to cast that?
I mean, we could Rens Resolve first, but we can cast it.
Sure, I can Rens Resolve first. Whatever. Okay, we're going places.
Now we should splice. We are sort of going places, yeah.
I mean, the fact that
people are going places less than we are currently.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say we've gotten to those places just yet, so I guess I'll Reckless Impulse first.
Yeah, that seems logical.
Well, our mana is a pretty real limitation, is the thing. So
yeah, it's maybe better to have cast it from the yard. Oh,
wow. We're cooking
over.
Now. So I just played Ruby, and this should be lethal, right?
Yeah, it should be Giga lethal.
Yeah, it looks
I would Ruby Pyretic from yard and then try to flip the Ral.
Oh, I wasn't sure we even need to try to flip the Ral.
Oh, you don't want to lose 6 coin flips in a row? That's logical.
I mean, do we need to risk it? I'm not sure we do.
I mean, maybe. You can try casting some divinations before we commit.
Yeah, I want to cast some divinations and see how that goes.
Yeah, okay, that's logical.
Okay, well,
the talent's not very good.
It's not going great.
Yeah.
Maybe we should play Ral now. Do you like the Ral now?
Yeah, I think I like Ral now.
Okay, it's a little dangerous, but I'm in.
It's not that dangerous. I would cast the Glimpse from yard.
Yeah, we definitely want to cast the Glimpse while we have double cost reduction on it. That's for sure.
Yes, I meant Glimpse from yard rather than Glimpse from exile.
Oh, sure. They might play Soul Spike. Wait, really?
Good beats.
If they Soul Spike me, playing this round was really bad.
Yeah, I guess. I wasn't thinking about playing around Soul Spike.
I mean,
but it's also like, man, we're not doing that well without the Ral.
I understand.
Oh, we're getting like Black Marched here. Of course we're getting Kozilek's commanded.
Okay, well I'll respond by casting
the Pyretic ritual in response.
Yeah, the ritual that they're targeting.
Yeah.
I mean, we have more instances where that came from.
They seem to be F6.
Okay, so this resolves. Cast another instant, right?
Yep.
Nice. Okay, Ral flips. Ritual resolves. This is targeting the reckless impulse. That's fine. We don't need that.
Yeah, that's good beats. Yeah, the reckless impulse did good work for its country.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna alt Ral.
Yeah, and for the record, it's not obvious to me that we would have won without flipping the Ral.
No. It's not obvious to me either. I think I might have been right. Yeah. Okay, nice wish for free. Yeah. Love a good free wish. So chat, this by the way is a good lesson. If a genie ever offers you a wish, you should instead ask for a free wish. You know, that's good advice. Sorry, I don't want to cast that.
Yeah, I wouldn't cast that one.
Well, I just wanted to build Storm somehow, but...
Yeah, I understand. I like the idea of just, like, presenting a lethal enough grape shot, and then we can, like, learn if their deck contains a Talkathon Worm.
Okay, sure. I can grape shot them and then just, like, see what happens. See how combat goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we can beat a Talkathon Worm here, for sure.
I do not think we're going to be boarding fail. No.
Yeah, this might be a Veil matchup if we had Stomping Ground, but we don't. But this archetype of deck does not exist, approximately.
I think we should sideboard very little. I mean, they might have, like, Damping Sphere or something. Or wait, do you think they have, like, Necromentia? What is in their deck?
You're asking me to figure out what Aspiring Spike streams today? That's impossible to know.
Okay, I think we should board in Wear Tear for Necromentia and maybe, like, Leyline. I bet the Wear Tears are good. Thoughts?
Yeah, we should probably... Okay, K-Command Coffers. I found his Mox Field. It's a Karn deck. Oh, this version didn't have Orcish Bowmasters. I think I want to board in Flage, I think.
To do what?
I might want to play... What?
What's the point of the Flage? I'm not saying you're wrong, but, like, what's the idea?
I mean, it's for the grindy matchups. Maybe it's, like, too bad against, like, a K-Command mid-range deck.
K-Command deck,
It sort of seems like it's a... I don't know. It sort of seems like it's a grindy matchup. And yeah, maybe the K-Command makes it a non-starter.
I just want to kill their hate cards. Like, what like, do we just want, like... I just want, like, some Pendings and some Wear Tears and that's it, maybe. Like, what about, like, just
yeah,
like
that's fine. And I think I would board in a Grape Shot. I'm a little... I feel like they
this could be a certain matchup for sure. Yeah. I'm pretty
Yeah.
comfortable cutting 2 rituals here, but maybe that's too many. Maybe I should just cut 1.
I think cutting 2 is fine.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, I think we want the talents in this matchup.
Definitely. Well, this is the same thing again. We're making our deck have a lot of different sorts of cards. So, therefore, I want thoughts. Look, I'm not sure I believe in this Blood Moon.
Yeah, you're welcome to recommend a 15th best sideboard card to play instead.
Okay.
I just don't think 15th card is very good.
Okay, I appreciate the check, Sly, but also that doesn't really help me figure out what they're playing. Also, I want to keep this, right? This answer's great.
Yeah, it's also, like, in addition to a turn 2... yeah, like, we could win on turn 2. It's reasonably likely we do. Even if we miss, we can win on turn 3. It's a Thoughtseize matchup, so mulliganing is bad. I mean, it's probably a Thoughtseize matchup. There's no way of knowing.
Yes. No, I'm with you. As far as Shattering Spree goes, I don't think you need Shattering Spree because you have Brotherhood's End. Brotherhood's End just is Shattering Spree.
Yeah.
Yes. The Dothi Voidwalker. All right.
Well, flipping Ral is a good way to beat Dothi Voidwalker.
Yeah. I do agree with that. Also, did you like the surveillance response there? That was correct.
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
that matters a lot, sort of.
We're gonna have to go to our discard step now.
Yeah, that's a beat.
What should I discard?
That's a good question.
It might be Artist Talent. It might be Divination.
I could imagine it's Artist Talent. The talent does work very badly with our plan of killing them next turn.
Yeah, let's discard Talent, I think.
Yeah. If we get Thoughtseize, we wish we had the talent, but, like, eh.
I feel like it's weird to put a Thoughtseize in their hand here. I mean, obviously, it could be true.
Yeah, I certainly don't think they have it. I agree with you.
Okay, they had it. Good beats.
Oh my god. I can't believe you would do this to me.
It's fine,
They just wanted to make sure they could put our banger underneath the Dothi Voidwalker and then cast it themselves.
Okay, here's something I will say about Storm. For a PT, this doesn't bother me at all, but for an RC, it bothers me some. Which is that Storm is capable of losing to anything. Like, there is no deck in the format that is like 100-0 match for Storm. And the reason is because some games Storm beats Storm. And this is not a property that a deck like Energy or Breach or like probably any other like normal decks have. Like Storm sometimes beats itself. And
I have no idea what the fuck they're cooking with, by the way, but I think I would Divination this turn.
yeah, I don't really understand what they're up to either. But I think I'm down to Divination. Yeah.
Yeah, I will say, I agree with you about the like, you're playing a deck that leaves you less room to skill lift people in a field that you might be one of the stronger players in the field with. That's certainly true for you. It might even be true for me. I did notably lose a lot playing Phoenix at the last RC, so I might have like achieved Zen in this matter. I'm just like, I'll play the deck I like, and what will happen will happen.
Yeah, I mean, okay, you're still allowed to register it. Like, you're still allowed to say, I think the win rate is the highest, and that's what matters to me. But definitely just, like, I think there are people out there who, if I played them as Breach on whatever deck they're playing, they just stand no chance against me. Whereas if I play them on Storm, they have a shot. That is something that bothers me about Storm. But
yeah, Storm beats itself, and you can just, like, show up, and your opponent just, like, casts a Draneth Magistrate, and you don't draw one of your 4 cards that kills the Draneth Magistrate, and the match is just over.
yes.
And that's not a great feeling if you feel like you have an edge against the field, that you just threw it into the trash for this for no reason.
Okay, I want to play Sacred Foundry Ruby, I think.
Agreed.
And then probably try to go off. I mean, we have some problems, but I think we need to get going.
Yeah, I would writ and then splice writ.
No,
I don't want.
To be clear, Carl,
the Ralph soon. Yeah, you go.
No, okay. So you want to writ and splice writ? I'm not sure I want to splice writ. It seems bad.
Why
I think.
not? Well, I want to go off this turn.
Great. Okay. So I'm worried it's bad for Ralph flip reasons. Maybe it's
we need to hit some spells off this.
No, you're fine.
Impulse anyway.
I'm down. You convince me easily. So what you should know is that Azax is a lock to play Storm, but I am on.
Sam, I don't want to play the Ralph first because I don't want it to be exposed to removal.
Yeah, I think you should not play Ralph.
I understand it saves us a mana, but I think having spliced the writ, we're not that likely to be gated on mana.
So I'm gonna cast Ren's Resolve, right?
Yeah, and we need to hit some stuff, but
well, yes, but
that's the human condition.
Okay.
Oh look, we hit some stuff.
Let's cast Ral and cast Glimpse.
Agreed.
And then the question is, should I Ritual in response? I think no.
No. They're probably going to try to kill the Ral.
Right. Like, it is an extra coin flip, but we can't risk our Ral's safety.
Also, you have the Ral count wrong. We cast Ruby this turn as well.
Oh, I forgot we cast Ruby this turn. Good call. Does 4-color Breach beat itself?
Even if we...
Yes, I'm a 4-color Breach hater and a doubter. I think the mana in your 3-color deck with Urza Saga, not even 4, just 3, is already a bit dubious. And I think the 4th color deck with Urza Saga, I think is actually not tenable. Like I think it's really problematic. Anyway, let's cast that Spiritual.
Yeah, no reason not to.
And I'm aware that Carl and Tangrams and other such esteemed players did work on a list that is 4-color for the mocks. I remain a doubter. I remain unconvinced. I think it is just not allowed.
I don't hate our spot, although the Dothy does make things a little complicated.
Okay. This is a little bad, but let's keep going. Ritual or Manamorphose?
Yeah.
Wait, maybe I should go
It
Ruby.
Is conceivable you should Ruby Glimpse first.
Yeah, I think I should Ruby Glimpse.
Because the Manamorphose might be able to hit the yard, and that might be important.
Yeah.
And, we're more likely to find the answer to the Dothy off the one than the other.
Okay,
this is nice.
Well, we have the answer to Dothy now. We need to get white mana, though.
Yeah, we can do that. I see a way to do that.
Yeah, so let's cast this and make red-white. Right?
Yeah.
Do you still want me to do the thing to the Dothy?
I think I would Glimpse first.
Okay, leaving white in my pool? No, wait.
No, it only costs 1.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Okay, Glimpse first seems fine.
That's why Glimpse first is plausible.
Are we ever winning Dothy on board? I think the answer is yes, potentially. We're like very close to winning here. The storm count is 12. Okay, I mean I have to cast Manamorphose now. It's my only move.
Yeah. I agree. So notably, if we kill the Dothy, then we get blockers from the glimpse tokens.
Oh, that's true. That might be important.
Yeah, it could very well be important. I think we should glimpse here, right?
I mean, if you're gonna kill the Dothy, we should do it now. I don't really understand. We should commit.
Well, we might not kill the Dothy, and I'm not sure I want to spend a red mana on the pending if I don't have to.
Yeah. I think we maybe should just kill the Dothy, but I'm not sure. I want to kill the Dothy, I think.
I think that's reasonable, yeah.
Well, I think if I hit Wish, I'll win anyway, is my guess.
Yeah, that's not a bad take.
Although we have to be a little careful about this Bowmaster.
Certainly, yeah.
Okay, how about Great Shot?
Well, that's not lethal yet, but it's pretty damn close.
I know. Let's cast Clips.
Yeah, we need to hit anything.
I mean, I hope I didn't cost us with his line. Oh no, I cost with his line. We can Grape Shot for 17. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, we'll clean up their board and make a bunch of tokens. It'll probably be fine.
Okay, sorry, I might have beefed this. Okay,
yeah,
so
it was not the easiest place to navigate.
So 1 on this, right? The initial one, right?
Yep.
Storm.
4 on the thing.
1, 2, 3, 4. Then target them with this one, and then same targets to the rest.
No, don't same targets. Don't same targets.
Why?
I think same targets puts it on the Bowmaster, doesn't it? I think it's same target as the original.
It doesn't. Oh fuck.
It look. Just click on their face.
I might have done some extra damage on the Bowmat to the Bowmaster for no reason.
It probably won't matter very much.
That I think will not matter. And we played a land this turn, right? So I don't have anything else to do with that.
Yeah, we shocked in the Sacred Foundry a long time ago.
Okay, yeah, I think I wasted some random damage, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I agree with your assessment.
I mean, basically, we are threatening to kill them again next turn because we have passive plays. So
yes, they might have another Kolaghan's Command, in which case things get a little dicey. But we don't if we just chain together some gas, we'll still beat that eventually. A card that would be nice for them to have here is Shieldred.
Yeah, that would be bad. I mean, okay, we got them. Unpunished for our mistake. So what happens if we go X and Marceline in this league? What does that mean? Does that mean I lock it in for Portland?
Then we have to register Marceline.
We have to register Marceline? Yeah, that makes sense. I do like registering Marceline.
Dark Dog, I think they might have Eldrazi Temples in their deck, but I would not say aspiring spec decks are known for being well constructed. Well, Terabad, it certainly made sense to kill the Dothy first, but we never knew we were drawing all of the future Manamorphoses. And it was always just we were always just gated enough on mana that it was maybe we don't want to spend mana on this.
Wow, not a lot of believers in the last prediction I see, given the payout. But congratulations to Emily R for believing in the storm.
Yeah, I was too busy concentrating on how to win in order to gamble.
Also, I don't
know if the match we lost to Marceline.
I don't know if I acknowledged Min's hello yet, but if not, hello Min. I'm enjoying your reviewing service, but you should also consider subcontracting to Theo. All right, I'm gonna keep this one.
Yeah, what I like about this hand is that it's very good.
Yes. Also, our opponent was last against playing Eldrazi-tron.
Yeah. I like this hand against Eldrazi-tron because it's fast in addition to being good. Those are somewhat correlated.
Yeah. Oh. Wow. Look at this prediction. Come on, guys. We're going to 4-1 very easily. You got to get in there with a 4-1, you know? It's just we're just giving the channel points away.
There's no one betting on 3 and 2. They're too scared.
I'm gonna bid this.
Yeah. What I like about bidding that is that it's almost the same thing as topping it.
Yep.
I think I have topped a Piff off a Surveil literally once in my entire career. Because it was just I had just enough mana to cast it from hand, and if I resolved it, I was guaranteed to win. I think they're not playing Eldrazi Tron.
The answer to your question
They
is...
could be playing that.
Well, sorry.
Go.
Eldrazi matchup, Toronto matchup is quite good for Storm. Yes, it's one of the main places I think Storm gains relative to Breach, but this looks like Breach that we're playing against.
Yeah, I was going to say it could be the Yggdrasil deck that completely fell off the map, but the Mishra's Bauble makes it less likely.
Okay. Is this a Ral go angle, you think?
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, we could try to go off, but it looks dubious.
Yeah, I like Ralgo.
Well, what I like about it is a couple fold. One, obviously, we have a backup Ral, so it's not like that punishing if something happens to the Ral. But B is like, okay, most Breach lists have only Unholy Heat as removal. And it's not that likely our opponent can get Delirium and Heat our Ral in their turn. So we have a pretty good chance of just untapping with it, I think.
Yeah, agreed.
We also have some chance of being dead. So.
I'd rather not, though.
Do you not like being dead?
Correct. God, you know who's dead?
Yeah, I know who's dead.
John F. Kennedy.
Okay, I'm going to start with Metamorphose.
Oh my god, you're not going to start by attacking for one? Come on.
I will not be starting by attacking for one.
You've got to attack for one.
I would never attack for one in this spot. That's just.
This is the easiest attack for one of my entire life.
It's just that's BM, you know?
You might be one short. Remember literally last game where we were one short?
Yeah.
And you're like, it's impossible that you would ever be one short.
Yeah, that is what I sound like. Good impression. I think Greg would be proud.
Yeah, that's precisely what you sound like. Yeah, Sam, we've rediscovered the option of attacking for one. Good question, Jaybirds. No.
Wait, you want me to attack for one?
Except I don't like Strike It Rich. Yeah, now that we don't have mana floating, we can attack for one. Oh my God. Do it for me.
I'm attacking just for you. You should know that in playtesting, whenever Azax attacked me for one, I complained relentlessly about him wasting time.
I know. It was really frustrating.
I stand by it, to be honest.
Just, you know, what do you expect from me? I got attack for one.
It's just a poor use of
cast 2 spells.
Oh, I was gonna cast
it's
Piff,
fine.
but
it's garbage time.
Sorry,
I mean, you have the second Val.
I think nothing matters.
Yeah, I agree that it is garbage time.
So I'm at the flip zone, right? Not that I have won any flips.
Yeah,
but
we are at the flip zone.
Okay, so here, because I'm going to lose access to my Ral once it flips, I'm going to just put a bunch of stuff on the stack.
That is fine, although we have a second Ral, so it doesn't matter very much.
Okay, but I'm still going to do it.
Yeah. Follow your heart.
Plus, it caused this.
Yeah.
So
it must have been a good line.
What you should know is Strike It Rich is not anywhere close to playable. Artist Talent may or may not be the right card for the slot, but Strike It Rich is not this card for the slot. That's what I can tell you. I'm very confident Strike It Rich is bad. So, okay, we're going to board as we did last time, which was to put in these, to put in the Brotherhood's Ends, and then we were cutting the a couple of divinations, right? And we were cutting no rituals, right? Because it's a fast matchup. In fact, we were just cutting a bunch
it's a fast matchup. So, yeah, 2 talent, 2 divination, I think were the cuts.
Yes.
I do not know my record for most Ral flips lost in a row. It's probably not more than 10. One thing, an interesting asymmetry is that, like, sometimes, you know, you, like, die from 6 life because you lost 6 Ral flips in a row, but you never have the courage to just, like, you're at 1 life and you need to, like, win 6 Ral flips in a row, so you just, like, play a Ral like a chat. And then you just win 6 flips.
Wait, that's a great question, Evan Keane. Zax, would you like to explain the Yukon Gold Rush?
No, I can't explain the Yukon Gold Rush. It's been too long. Darth, like, I'm not saying I've lost 10 flips in a row. I don't think it's more than 10.
Also, I have a follow-up to that, Azax. Would you say you're a trivia enjoyer?
Yeah, I'm a trivia enjoyer.
Okay. I felt like you would be based on my limited knowledge of your character. Some of which is just generalized by reversing Ari Zax's character.
Yeah, of course. He doesn't like trivia, you're saying?
What? No, but it would be funny if I just wanted to find that one off.
Oh, Sam brings up some excellent trivia in the chat about a math concept that I won't bore chat with, but I might bore Greg with the next time I see him.
I mean, yeah. To be clear, something you should know about Azax. This might be surprising. Azax actually knows a fair amount of math. At some point,
I was a math undergrad, and I was like a bit of a pervert for it.
Yeah, Azax feels about math the same way he feels about mono green devotion. Is what you have to understand.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like Greg in a sense. See, Greg also feels the same about those two things, but see, it's not the same feeling. Anyways,
okay, I'm gonna give a brief introduction to Wolstenholme Primes, as long as we have nothing interesting going on in the game. So,
all right, well that's some good nonsense. You can go on. Keep it brief.
So a Wolstenholme Prime is a prime number satisfying certain mathematical. Wow, they mulled to 4. That's interesting. Maybe I have to stop talking now. A Wolstenholme Prime is a prime number satisfying certain interesting properties. The upshot is that the prime number 2 has a roughly 1 in 2 chance of being a Wolstenholme Prime. The prime number 37 has a roughly 1 in 37 chance, and so on. And so you might ask, how many Wolstenholme Primes are there? The answer is there are 2 of them known, but sort of roughly an expectation you would expect. Oh, that's a nice one. You would expect that like the number of Wolstenholme Primes is equal to the sum of 1/2 plus a third plus a fifth plus a seventh plus an 11th plus etc.
Wait, Azax, we need to quickly discuss the game. This is important.
Okay, that's fine.
Do you want me to cast Ritual first? Or I guess there's no reason to.
Well, I mean, you might win the game this turn.
Yeah. But like our realm might get like
they also
spell
might
snared.
have like anything.
Yeah, I think
I think the risk to reward is not really worth it.
Yeah, also to answer your question, Whit, Greg I think knows more math, but Azax likes more math. That's an important distinction.
Yeah, Greg certainly knows more math. I did not do a PhD.
Yeah, Greg has a PhD, but he doesn't like it that much. So that's the distinction. It depends on whether you care more about knowledge or enthusiasm.
Yeah. Okay, so back to the Wolstenholme Primes. So you might ask, what is the sum of 1/2 plus a third plus a fifth plus a seventh and so on, where the denominators range over all prime numbers? This is a theorem of Euler that this sum grows as log n, where n is the like term you set it up after.
I can't take it. I can't take the Wolstenholme Primes. God.
Okay. But I was almost done. So in particular, this sum diverges, but very slowly. So there's 2 of them that are known. The smallest one is 16,843. The larger one is 2,124,679. And there's probably another one less than 10 to the 24th. Thanks for listening.
All right.
I like that there's probably another one less than 10 to the 24th.
Is Azax reading? No, he just knows this.
Yeah, I just know that one.
This is stock Azax. Also, our opponent is dead now.
Yeah, they didn't even fetch for a spell snare. They just fetched for a surveil.
No, it's Jover. It's extremely Jover.
So, what you're saying is we lost to Marshalling because she was stream sniping, but we beat the normal Breach player who wasn't cheating.
Yeah, that's right. We only lost to Marcy.
Yeah. So now that it's Greg's first on-stream trophy with Storm, would you say that we're locked for you to register Storm at Portland?
Wait, sorry. So my Ral was not semi-sick, right? So I can pull some tricks now.
Yeah. Yeah, you can cast 3 spells now.
Right, which I should do.
Yeah, I agree. What if they have Mindbreak Trap?
I refuse to consider the question of what if they have Mindbreak Trap. Okay, so this just works.
It's really unfortunate that the tournament we're preparing for is open deck list, so you don't need to worry about Mindbreak Trap.
I agree that's unfortunate. For a certain definition, unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm very aggressive about attacking for one. In this instance, where they would just block with their 1/2, it's a little more dubious. It does save you like having a damage on the Emery does matter for when you somehow grape shot non-lethally and decide you want to kill Emery.
Honestly,
but I wouldn't say it matters a lot.
We ran kind of cold on this row, to be honest.
Are we gonna win easily?
Well, yeah, obviously.
I see there's a Pith in exile.
Yeah, obviously we can't possibly lose, but
it seems like any pile containing the card Pith had to have been running pretty hot.
Yeah, I mean, that is probably true.
I also don't particularly know why we made white mana, although it was nice.
What? I have Wear Tear.
Yeah, I know.
you know why. It's for the Wear Tear.
I don't think we're going to get to cast it.
All right. So, yeah, this has been a Storm stream. As you can see, Azax and I went a nice 4-1 with Storm, losing only to friend and teammate Marceline. Although we did lose quite badly to Marceline, but, I think...
I'm sad. I think I only talked about Ravenous Trap once, which was the same number of times I talked about Wollstonholm Primes.
What did we beat? Mostly some nonsense. We did beat a weird Mardu energy list, but they had the legend card in it, so that probably makes their deck worse. But
probably, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Marceline was cheating in the sense that she's the superior player. But anyway, so yeah, this is Storm. I mean, I definitely like this deck. I mean, I don't know if it's the right choice. I do think that it is sort of fundamentally less powerful than Breaches, but I also just think it's substantially less targeted and is generally quite good into combo mirrors and combo into ramp, both of which are a pretty significant portion of the metagame right now.
Yes, it's also good against energy, famously.
Famously, yes.
Some people don't know that.
So, Azax, do you have any parting thoughts on the storming?
I like Storm a lot. We might not play this many artist talents, but I think most of the list is pretty good. I like the deck. I'm going to play it in Portland. I might even win some.
Oh, today's candle sponsor is, of course, this Joe Malone green tomato leaf candle. It does not have notes. This one is not hot. It actually feels pretty cool on the outside. So, yeah.
Yeah, we did have a talent game.
Yes, there was a game we leveled talent and it was insanely good. Then there were a bunch of other games where it wasn't that great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that is
the talent game was against Tarmo Twin, for those curious. A very real deck that I'm preparing for the RC.
Oh, I think Tarmo Twin, yeah, is likely to be very popular, It's because people are coping is why it's so popular. Okay, so Azax, do you have any parting thoughts? Do you want to tell people where they can find you?
You can find me on Twitter at ArgZax. You can find me on Blue Sky at Azax because the handle wasn't taken yet, although I don't really post on Blue Sky. And sometime, probably in the next day, I will be posting some thoughts for purchase on the Storm deck, which I've won a decent amount with and which I think I know a lot about. And if you'd like to pay me some amount of money yet to be decided to read my thoughts on the Storm list, perhaps to prepare for a Canadian or European RC this weekend, maybe that would be a good idea.
Yeah, I was going to ask, do you have approval from any independent reviewers on your Storm guide?
Not yet. It hasn't been read yet by any independent reviewers, but I think it will be, and I trust it will be well reviewed.
Okay, so Azax promises his guide will be reviewed, but it has not been reviewed yet. So anyway, that's about going to do it for us. I'm going to send you over to Alpha Frogs, who says that he is actually playing Storm in Vintage Cube. So enjoy that.
Nice.
I'll be back tomorrow. Greg will be here in the Chaos Dimension from Tokyo, and we'll be doing something. So come back for that. But until then, SystemMagic out.
Thanks for having me on. Bye-bye.